Good morning. Welcome in. This update presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. It's Friday. Let's get you ready for the sports weekend, huh? We'll start with Aztecs Hoops. They hit the road to go all the way across town and take on UCSD at Lion Tree Arena tonight. 3 Aztecs going to be game time decisions. Reese Waters, Jay Powell both dealing with the flu, and Miles Bird still nursing that hip injury. Our coverage will begin at 6 o'clock right here on San Diego Sports 760. Tip-off at 7. In the NFL, last night, Week 13 kicked off. It was a shootout between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Cowboys get the win 41-35. Dak Prescott pouring in 3 touchdowns through the air. Tony Pollard adding 1 on the ground. Coming up this weekend, Chargers get the Patriots in New England. Niners and Eagles go head-to-head in Philly for an NFC Championship rematch. Chiefs in Green Bay for primetime against the Packers on Sunday night. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate a Bar Cart Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you this morning. And what a game it was last night, Thursday Night Football. The Cowboys find a way. Fourth quarter comeback against the Seahawks. That was a very different game than I thought it was going to look. That was a shootout, man.
Yeah. Best primetime game of the year.
Yep. Hands down. Yeah.
Oh yeah. It was back and forth. I mean, the underdog was at least had a shot here to win this thing. It was crazy.
It was cool. It was cool. It was so good to see, especially on Thursday Night Football, where the common refrain is Thursday Night Football is so sloppy. Mm-hmm. Thursday Night Football isn't good football. These players are too tired. Well, guess what? Both the Hawks and the Dallas Cowboys played last Thursday on Thanksgiving, so both had a full week of preparation. And so this was no longer that, and I was saying it all day yesterday. Oh, yeah, Seahawks on the road on Thursday Night Football, forgetting they played on Thanksgiving Day. So they both had the full week to prepare, and it looked like it. This was a great primetime game.
Yeah, and Al Michaels finally gets what he wanted, right? Which was a high-powered offense going against a high-powered offense. Neither defense was really doing all that much. Lots of cornerbacks getting burned last night, but DK Metcalf, 3 touchdowns. Geno Smith had 4 through the air. Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns through the air. Tony Pollard looked like he had a little bit of juice. Like everything we've complained about both of these teams all year long kind of went the opposite way last night.
Yeah, and I'm like, Geno is never going to write back. He's never going to write back
until he threw that interception.
Until he wrote back.
God, that was a bad one, wasn't it?
Good.
Fourth quarter, it looked like the Seahawks were charging. It was a back and forth game the whole night, and then on the it was a 3 and out essentially, but the 3 and out ended with an interception.
Well, and the final play of the Seahawks offense was abysmal.
Didn't that remind you guys of the Chargers last game, the final play, where it's like they had the play set up, but nobody adjusted for the blitz, and so Geno Smith was forced to throw it in the ground?
It just wasn't. I mean, look, it's one of those things where either A, you have to have a better plan than that, or B, you just need to execute better than that. I mean,
did they have timeouts at that point? I don't actually know.
Can't
I would have
remember.
to go back and look, but that seemed like a situation because it seemed almost identical, Rich, and you would know this better than me, but the Cowboys had too many blitzers for what the Seahawks had at the line.
Seahawks did not have any timeouts.
Okay.
Yeah, they did not have any timeouts left. I mean, they could have
they're showing
they could
it
have
again
taken delay a game
right there where Micah got the pressure. Yeah, I mean, there were definitely more blitzers. It was a blitz zero look. There were more blitzers than the Seahawks could block. So you have to, again, either execute, make sure the route gets open that's supposed to come free, because somebody has to come free in those situations. Like if they're bringing more than you can block, there's an option. There's an escape valve, or should be, built into every play. So it's either poor execution or poor play calling. Either way, the Seahawks lose in kind of heroic fashion on the road, because it was, I don't want to call it a good loss. There's no real good losses in the NFL, because the wins and losses are the consequence. You know, it doesn't matter. For example, Vikings last year, getting by the skin of their teeth. They were still a playoff team, Didn't matter at the end of the season how much they won by. This isn't college basketball. There's no metrics. There's no Ken Pomeroy who we go and we look and say, but how do they rack up against Duke? No, it's like
Don't even bring up Ken Pom.
Yeah, I know. Ken Pom pisses me off too. This whole net ranking system.
It's stupid. Don't even bring it up. Why are we here?
Gonna throw up. Anyways, Cowboys get this win and they earned it. They extend their home winning streak to 14. They extend their home winning streak in games where they score 20 or more points to 5.
Yeah.
And did you see the numbers Cowboys on turf versus Cowboys on grass?
Did not see that one.
Mm-mm.
Okay, Kirk Herbstreit was talking about it last night, and it's going to be really consequential because coming down, like the race in the NFC looks like it's Niners, Eagles, Cowboys. And so the Cowboys on turf are like the only team in the NFL where all their numbers are better. Every single one of them. And maybe
Interesting.
that's because they're at home, but it applies to the road games that they play on turf also. And it's especially with CD Lamb. He's so much better on turf. So when you look at it, Niners, Eagles both play on grass. Cowboys play on turf. So if you're looking at potential NFC championship games, how important that could be, it's like Dallas needs to step on the gas here, and they need the Eagles to lose.
There is no place like home in the NFL. I cannot describe it enough. Like, because remember, not only is it good to play at home in front of your home fans in college football, and I mean in high school football, I mean high school basketball, any sport, it's always better to play at home. However, the older you get and the more violent the sport, the less you want to travel and the more you want to stay in your routine. When you got aging bodies and old ligaments, like you want to see your masseuse on the day you normally see him or her.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I mean,
Masseuses.
right? Masseuse. What is the plural? Anyways, you want to, you know what I mean? You want to go and do your routine the way you do it. Travel screws things up, and so. For a guy like Dak Prescott, who looks to be like one of those workout warriors, he has that lengthy pregame prep, but not just for him, for all of these guys. Like you'd rather be at home, enjoy, I don't know, being spoiled by the home environment than going on the road. And it's really, hotel living in the NFL isn't bad, but I can promise you there's no place like
Well,
that.
your family's not there. It's a lot easier to jump in the car and drive to work than it is to jump in a plane and then have to head down to the hotel and then on a bus or whatever it is. I mean, yeah, you want to be close to home. I get that. DK Metcalf, by the way, he fast.
Oh my goodness. He's fast. There are a couple of guys in the NFL who are just freak shows. Cheetah, Tyreek Hill with the Dolphins. He's so fast, but he's got such great hands that track speed looks like game speed. DK Metcalf he's a freak of nature. He's a force of nature. You shouldn't look like him, be able to move that fast and also be that talented and skilled, but he is. He's unbelievable.
Imagine if he had a quarterback who could like really put it in
Let it
there.
rip.
Because Geno missed him a couple times last night where he threw the ball too low. And it's like, well, DK Metcalf's like 6'5". You can't throw the ball at his knees. He's not going to get there. But on that 73-yard touchdown, man, he was over 22 miles an hour. Like that is Tyreek Hill speed.
Yeah, he was. I mean, walking away from the defense, and then gets into the end zone and then does a ASL sign language. Stand on business.
No, did you see what he said?
Yeah, and then stand on business, right?
Oh, I thought he said Deron Bland can't cover me. Maybe that was a fake tweet.
Oh, no, it was I stand on business.
Oh, there was some tweet that said in sign language he just said Deron Bland can't cover me. But
maybe I saw a different story. I don't know. We would need someone who can speak ASL, sign ASL. They could tell us exactly what was said there.
Can I throw this out there real quick?
What you got?
I've never really watched someone do this before. I don't have anyone in my family who wears contacts. It's kind of gross watching someone put contacts.
Dude, yeah, touching your eyeball. Sorry about that, by the way.
No, it's okay. You got to do what you got to do. I'd rather you be able to see it. I'll deal with a little nausea, but
the room is spinning.
I don't know why I'm all sweating. My hands are sweating and my mouth is watering.
I don't mean to like offend you or anything. But
dude, it's impossible to offend me. I have zero shame, and I stuffed my contacts in my pocket this morning because I dropped them in the bathroom. They're dailies, and I picked them up, and for whatever reason, I just jammed them in my pocket. And then I got to work today. Well, just
You're,
now.
you're like, it was a tough ride in.
I put my, well, sometimes I'm like squinting driving. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Maybe I'm having a stroke. No, you just forgot to put your contacts
You know
in.
where it started for me is that scene in Ace Ventura where
Oh, yeah.
what's it, Jim Carrey is like poking his eyeball when he's torturing the guy.
Yeah.
Like it just makes me queasy, man.
I
So
guess a lot
watching
of
you just like go knuckle deep in your eye.
Wow.
Ooh.
You know what's
Yeah.
weird? Like fingering an eyeball, I'm fine. But if you ever watch videos of a hypodermic needle in
Oh
an
my
eyeball,
God.
No, can't do it.
the LASIK surgery videos
Oh,
where they're like peeling back the lens and stuff. Hot diggity dog. Yeah,
Ooh-wee.
that'll wake you up in the morning.
I stand on business.
Yeah, dude, and ASL, it's so this is DK Metcalf. This guy has a crazy schedule. This is all true. So DK Metcalf apparently wakes up and he doesn't eat. And he doesn't eat all the way until 5 p.m. And just to let everybody know, like
But he gets like 3 venti coffees
he
throughout
drinks
the day.
tons of coffee. And just so everybody knows, like when you're a football player, it's not like you wait until practice, you go home. Like you are in meetings from usually 8 a.m., 7:30 a.m., depending what team, what coach, until practice kicks off, somewhere around late morning.
And
Or,
during the season, you get treatment.
Yep.
Like
treatment.
usually before meetings or after meetings, or you fit it into your schedule. You have rehab. You have different workouts that you have to do on the side.
Right. You've been there. You know the whole
All
deal.
the things. Just trying to paint a picture, damn it. Go finger your eyeball some more.
By the way, a 53-degree wet wintry day. You roll in here with a tequila hat on and a Hawaiian shirt.
Dude, I love the way Ben dresses.
Let's party.
Ben dresses like how I pictured I dressed when I was 8 years old. I was like, one day.
I'm an adult.
Okay, so what does DK Metcalf do for dinner, Rich?
I don't know what he eats for dinner, but he waits until 5 o'clock. He eats one meal
late.
a day.
There's no way.
Yeah, dude, what? And then, so he trains like an animal. He obviously, you look at him, he's a freak show. But then the only thing he eats to stave off hunger before then, candy.
Bags of candy.
Yeah.
And it's gummy candy. It's not
Yeah.
even chocolate.
Like, what?
Wow.
It's true. I mean, he's a Martian. He's not of this world.
So speaking of not of this world, so number 77 on the Cowboys, Tyron Smith, who's been an excellent offensive lineman in this league for a really long time. He's 32 years old. Also looks like a Martian, not of
Yeah.
this world. He looks like he belongs in the Avengers.
He looks like a supervillain.
If we're talking steroids, there's no way he's not.
I don't know. I know that's the easy reach, and I know a lot of people feel that way about a lot of guys in the NFL. I can promise you the number of guys taking stuff in the NFL is much lower than you think. There are guys. I'm not saying, and who knows if he is or he isn't, but what's crazy is you'll look at some bodies and you'll be like, I mean, there's no way, right? And then you like spend time with them. You're like, no, actually, there's no way he does. Like, this is a clean athlete, and they're just feeding themselves perfectly. And also they have the genetic background where certain people just metabolize protein differently and they create muscle and they eviscerate fat. Like that could be the situation. He looks like an action figure.
I would just imagine if I was a defensive lineman or an edge rusher and I saw that, I'm going to be like, oh, I have the night off. Cool. Because I'm not getting around it.
Yeah, the best I could do is just run into him a lot.
Yeah, and that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just going to lay down and take a nap. This is why I wouldn't be in the NFL player.
And every time, this is I'm not trying to depart from the NFL here, but every time I look up at a headline anywhere and it's baseball, it's talking about Juan Soto being traded.
Yeah.
Like that is the headline in baseball all over the planet right now.
We are definitely going to get into that coming up next. Also, we have a weekend slate of games in the NFL. Well, things are popping off, boys. Like it should be. We say this a lot, but should be a great slate of games this NFL Sunday. We also got halftime where we'll give you some updates. And then we got to dive back into the local news with the new head coach on the Mesa. Joined the show for the first time yesterday. A lot of fun catching up with Sean Lewis.
I would say of all the interviews he's done, he liked ours the best.
No question.
I mean,
No question. Come
seemed
on.
like he was the happiest.
Yeah, of course.
Except for that dead dog part.
Right.
Right. There's always that.
And who brought that one up?
But that was me.
You know.
I see a bunch of guys playing with their technique and fundamentals.
It's halftime. All right. right, Fletch, what do you got for us?
Just to get this off my chest, and Rich, you brought up Ken Palm a little earlier. Ken Palm's not the one I have the biggest gear to grind with. It's Andy Katz, who works with CBS Sports. He's a college basketball national writer. Did you see he did his first bracket projection for March Madness? He has the Aztecs as a freaking 9 seed.
This is what the guy, like, this is the guy that that fights with John Schaefer every year. Yeah. I know exactly who you're talking about.
He deserves a swift kick in the nards.
By the way, speaking of brackets, I've noticed on TikTok there's a lot of Christmas movie brackets that are being fed to me, and I'm assuming because of the best bracket ever.
Yeah, we should probably do that. We should probably do a Christmas movie bracket. We didn't get around to the Halloween candy bracket, but I think it's time. We got to get back into bracketology.
Yeah.
So Aztecs tonight, 3 guys going to be game time decisions. So they're traveling across town, across Mission Valley to go to UCSD, where they're going to play at Lion Tree Arena against UCSD. 3 guys, game time decisions. Miles Bird, the young one, he's a sophomore. He's nursing that hip injury still. And then a little bit of the flu heading around the locker room. Jay Powell and, unfortunately, Reese Waters, both game time decisions tonight. NFL, we talked about last night's game. Coming up this weekend, it's a good one. Chargers, Patriots in New England. That's not great. Niners, Eagles head-to-head. It's an NFC Championship rematch that somehow did not get flexed into primetime. Chiefs in Green Bay, that will be the primetime Sunday night game against the Packers.
I will say this, though. Chiefs game did get flexed out of Week 15.
Yes.
So we have a big announcement, Week 15. It is going, so it's 2 weeks from now, which is the allotted time. I believe it's Chiefs, not Chiefs, Jets. It's
Eagles and someone got flexed in.
Yeah, Eagles, Jets got flexed in? Is that
it? Wouldn't have been Jets.
Wait. Week 15. Is that next week?
No. Next week's Week 14. So this gives you the 2-week buffer that they need to flex games.
Trying to figure out if that's before Christmas Eve, so no Aaron Rodgers.
No Aaron Rodgers.
Chiefs, Patriots out, Eagles, Seahawks in.
There it is. Eagles, Seahawks.
And that makes 3 weeks straight for the Eagles in primetime.
By the way, I was picturing Geno Smith as I said it because he used to be on the Jets. And so it was like Chiefs, Jets. So it'll be Eagles, Seahawks.
Wish I could climb in that mind of yours and just see Geno Smith floating around there. He's just waving.
He's just in green, bobbing around, and I'm just like, wait, is it Seahawks green? No, I play for the Jets, Richard. Did you put your contacts in? We got our morning monologue, and I'll get us jumped in here with Sean Lewis. So Coach Lou, he is now the man of the Mesa. We have our 19th ever announced head coach with the San Diego State football team. And I know this is probably hyperbolic. I know this is probably going way too far with the initial assessment of things. But have you ever felt more confident than you do right now in an Aztecs offseason leading up to a football season? Because I haven't. This feels right. This feels right now. It feels timely. It feels like we're in an environment where success is going to breed from it. And that's a great feeling to have, especially in San Diego, where off seasons bring so much uncertainty, basically until Peter Seidler took over the Padres. And that feeling, that felt good. I mean, you have this anxious excitement leading into a season instead of that nauseating anxiety. And so I'm excited. I'm pumped. And maybe I'm overstating things, but this is the best shape I felt like the Aztecs have been in a while.
Yeah, you know what's funny that you asked that question of have you ever felt more confident in an off season? And I was thinking that yesterday as we're talking about this, we're digging into it. I thought it feels right. I mean, it feels like we're about to mash the throttle over here with the Aztecs.
Oh, yeah.
He's hit about 4 home runs so far in the 3 days he's been head coach of the Aztecs, and I think one of the home runs was right here on this show. I thought that was a great interview.
Yeah, and
it had nothing to do with us. In fact, we tried to screw it up. Travis.
In fact, you could argue we did.
Well, I don't know if we did. Come on. I don't know if he'll talk to us again.
I did get a text from San Diego State that he actually really enjoyed the rapid fire, except for one question.
Right.
What was one question?
Just about his dead dog. Remember?
Was that during rapid fire?
Yes,
that was during, yeah. Hey, so is Champ a pit bull? Because we asked you about retriever or Labrador, but you said pit bull. So is Champ a pit bull? He goes, Champ was a pit bull. He died.
That's a great way to start a Wednesday morning. That was actually the quote.
We should actually replay that.
We will.
For real?
Yeah. We should hear that again.
Should I write him a letter or something?
Maybe handwritten.
Yeah. Sorry, Coach.
TD, what you got? Monologue me.
Have it stamped with a dog paw.
My monologue here is about last night's game, which was a great game. I mean, it was great. It was seesaw. It was back and forth. The team that wasn't supposed to win had a shot to win. Pete Carroll, 35-0 in games he had scored 35 points or more in until last night.
Wow.
Now 35-1. However, NFL, Fletch, you brought this up a couple days ago. Enough is enough with these penalties, man. If a robot needs to make the call, let the robot make the call. The drive the Cowboys took the lead in, they had 9 first downs on that drive. 9 first downs, 4 or 5 of them were because of penalties. So, I mean, come on. There's no way that you're calling that many penalties for one team. There's no way. 16 drives last night that did not end 3 and out. 11 of them had accepted penalties.
Ugh.
I mean, there were so many flags, and it felt a little lopsided to me, if I'm going to be quite honest. And I could see the replay and go, okay, yeah, he got there just a half second before the ball. Okay, yeah, he did have a hand on the jersey. Okay, yeah, that was a penalty. However, on the flip side, you're not calling them. So if you're going to be that ticky-tacky on calls, you better be even with it, or let them play. Let them play. I mean, because that slowed the game down for me in a big way. Enough is enough.
Redeemed. That was the best monologue we've had since doing this.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow.
Look at you.
And that
Thanks.
game was at least 30 minutes longer than it needed to be.
Yeah, it felt long.
Like
Yeah.
it went till damn near 9 o'clock last night.
Mhm.
So my monologue is actually going to stick with last night's game, TD. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep it right there.
Wow. I
So-
did not think you were going here.
I am, but it'll get to where you think it's going.
Okay. Good.
So the Cowboys and the Seahawks played last night. I think that was the best primetime game of the year. I don't think it was necessarily close. Like the back and forth nature of that game, the offenses both popping off the way they were, the superstars having the games that they had, like Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns through the air, no picks. Tony Pollard had a big night on the ground. Zach Charbonnet, rookie out of, was he UCLA? Yeah, out of UCLA. He had a big game. DK Metcalf, 3 touchdowns. Like everything you want to see in that one's great. What's nauseating to me, guys, and I don't know if you've seen this, is around the world this morning on radio, on TV, on everything. Cowboys Super Bowl contenders. Wow, Seahawks could really make some noise in the postseason this year. Like, are we forgetting what's happened this season? Let me take you back. A couple weeks ago, 49ers beat the Seahawks 31-13 on Thanksgiving primetime. That was a dog game because the Niners beat the crap out of them. A few weeks before that, Niners-Cowboys also on primetime, 42-10. Like, if we're really talking about these teams, like they have any chance against the Niners or the Eagles, get out. The reason they were able to compete with each other is because they are on a lower tier, and that is tier B. There are 2 teams on tier A in the NFC, and that is the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles, and we get to see them a win buried at 125 this weekend. Are you freaking kidding me, NFL? You're flexing the wrong games, bro.
Man, it is unbelievable how it's all roads lead back to San Francisco.
Yeah, Philadelphia. I gave them credit.
However, Fletch, I don't think you're wrong here. I don't think you're wrong. And I did, when we watched that game last night, it was a great game. It was a fun game, but it did kind of feel like it was second tier. It didn't feel like these 2 teams are going to be viable for the Super Bowl to me, even though I know the Cowboys are in almost every conversation. They're inside that Super Bowl bubble. The Seahawks are not, but that's the reason to me when I look at that game last night that the Cowboys are not Super Bowl level, because the Seahawks were able to hang with them like that. But I do not think you're wrong. I think the wrong games are being flexed here when you have the 2 top teams arguably in the NFL going head to head, and you're not throwing that in prime time.
Now, good news here. I believe Fox made some adjustments because it was going to be Rams and Browns, I think, who were going to play this weekend in San Diego on Fox. The Fox has made adjustments, and for the majority of places across America, it's going to be Niners Eagles at 125.
Yeah, as it should be, because local markets, obviously there are local markets that want to see the Rams, that want to see the Browns, but most are going to want to see the game of that slate, which no question is Niners Eagles. So a good decision there by Fox and the schedule makers to put a game that important this late in the season, because it's going to be a great one. And you knew that both of these teams were going to be great at this point, or at very least you could predict it outside of injury.
Seriously, is the Taylor Swift thing the only reason that this game didn't get flexed out of primetime?
It is, in my opinion, the only reason.
Because it's Chiefs Packers. Like, I get it's in Green Bay.
Packers
Lambeau.
are a hot team.
I know.
Huge. And by the way, and Packers huge fan base.
But Niners, Eagles, those
Yeah.
are two of the biggest fan bases in the league, man. It's an NFC rematch. How this game wasn't scheduled prime time to begin with.
I'm
don't get it.
sure. So Philadelphia, obviously, televisions will be tuned into every Philadelphia game, but it's probably not the same in San Francisco. And I don't know the numbers there, but
They're
I'm
huge.
I'm guessing that the NFL, when they look at a national level, they go, well, more televisions will turn on the Chiefs, more televisions will turn on the Packers.
Puke.
Yeah, you got to remember that it's that sustained success that Green Bay has had over the years. Granted, they don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. Brett Favre is long retired, but that gets you eyeballs. Same thing happened with New England. Same thing is happening with the Kansas City Chiefs. However, when you have two mega brands like the Packers and the Chiefs, plus a third mega brand in Taylor Swift involved in the storyline leading up to a primetime matchup, they're going to keep that game right where it's at.
A quick comment we got, Richie, from our buddy Peter Salas, who's a diehard Aztecs football fan. He said, Rich, please stop talking about the Aztecs like it's the 2023 Padres preseason. That didn't go well.
I know.
But the
It's- I know.
excitement.
I got.
You're right about the
brakes a little bit.
excitement,
It's very
but-
exciting right now. A game that we haven't spoken of yet that's coming up this weekend. Two terrible teams, but it's arguably the most important game of the NFL weekend. We'll get to that on the other side. But first, let me talk to you about the holiday season quickly approaching here. Everybody knows it. You're getting those phone calls. Your wife, you come home from work and she's like, hey, so I just got on the phone with Aunt Margaret and she says she's going to bring pies this year. We're going to be in charge of the ham. You know, you're starting to make those plans. People are booking tickets and flights. You're going to have the spare bedroom filled. All of your family is embarking on your home or you're heading out to somebody else's home. And what do you really want to show up with the love handles that you've been trying to shed the pounds for maybe years now?
Right.
You really want to pull on that itchy sweater and have your belly button exposed like last year, and then you blame the wash. You say, "Oh, I washed it on hot.
God,
That was the problem." No,
it's like you can see through me.
it's like no. We know what the problem is. Problem is maybe one too many slices of pumpkin pie at the Thanksgiving table, and that's fine. We all like to indulge, but it's time to shed some of the weight with SDFatLoss.com. That's what we did on this show. We jumped right in. So with Wayne and Chloe, our weight loss team over at SD Fat Loss, it was super easy. I honestly was very, how should I describe it? I didn't think it was going to work for me. Skeptical. I didn't think it was going to work for me. I thought that this was going to fail just like everything else I've tried recently, especially to lose weight. And I thought I was going to go off the rails. And what I found was through their app, which is really easy to use, they help track things for you. And their advice and their encouragement, Wayne and Chloe got me to exactly where I wanted to be. I am down 30 plus pounds now, actually close to 39 pounds. I started this journey at 309 pounds. I'm down to 271, weighed in yesterday. I'm feeling great. The knees feel better. The ankles feel better. I wake up with less swelling, less inflammation. That's the hot word these days. And I feel it. It's easier. I'm lighter. I wake up with more ease. I'm rolling out of bed and I'm ready for the day as opposed to feeling sluggish waking up in the morning. So if you're like me and you've got some unwanted weight that you want to lose and you don't want to take injections, you don't want to count points or calories, you don't want to have gross protein shakes, like get with SDFatLoss.com. Again, that's SDFatLoss.com, 858-665-3211. Get in touch with Wayne and Chloe today.
We got a big week in the NFL here. We're going to take a look at the slate of games next.
This update is presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. It's Friday. Let's get you ready for the sports weekend. We're starting off with Aztec Soups. They're hitting the road to go across town and take on UCSD at Lion Tree Arena tonight. 3 Aztecs going to be game time decisions. Reese Waters, Jay Powell, both dealing with the flu. Miles Bird still nursing that hip injury. Our coverage will begin at 6 right here on San Diego Sports 760. Tip-off with Ted Leitner at 7 o'clock. In the NFL, last night, Week 13 kicked off. It was a shootout between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Cowboys get the win 41-35. Dak Prescott pouring in 3 touchdowns through the air. Tony Pollard adding 1 on the ground. Coming up this weekend, Chargers get the Patriots in New England. Niners, Eagles head-to-head in an NFC Championship rematch in Philadelphia. Chiefs will be in Green Bay for primetime against the Packers on Sunday night. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions do apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Big Rashidi and Flat, San Diego Sports 760 on a bar card Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. Also one in Santa Barbara, also one in Chicago, in case you're out that way. And we have a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. We will be giving away here on the show.
I'm going to be driving through Santa Barbara tomorrow. I'm going to stop off at Keg and Bottle.
What? You're going to see that location?
Look at you.
Wow, I feel like every location we go to, we should get a sticker.
Yeah,
Be able to put on our car.
that'd be cool. If we could talk to Tony Kanja, who'll be in studio with us, bringing in Tiger Blood. That's going to be the ready-to-drink beverage that we're going to be partaking in. Also,
We'll do it.
Dude, I've had it. It's awesome.
Have you?
Yes.
We're also going to have a hangover cure.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to have a
Tiger's blood, by the way, shotgunnable.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
we will find out in just
All right.
2 more hours.
Wow.
That's on the docket.
How
No
about,
question about
how
that.
about Buck Norris? Horrible.
Buck Norris. Buck Norris, our show mascot, named by one of our listeners. We thank you for your efforts. There were a lot of great, and I mean great nicknames given to our antlered friend here that has a punch bowl attached.
The Buckingham Chalice.
Oh my gosh.
I really like that one. And no offense to Jeremy Michael, who I'm pretty sure came up with Buck Norris, but Buckingham Chalice is better. And that was the guys over at South Norte who made that up.
Well, it was after the time period.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and trust me, we are not going to just kowtow to brands who send us nice care packages. That is not what we're about.
Buckingham Chalice is a great name.
It's a great name, but it's Buck Norris.
I mean,
There's nothing we could do.
Care packages do help.
They do help. In fact, if you want to change the name
A
of
care package.
a care package, may get the name changed.
That's the hat I'm wearing right now.
Oh yeah,
Part of that care package.
No, no.
Yep.
Your whole outfit is brought to you by different beverage companies.
That is very true.
Not the shirt.
Oh, really? Is
Oh,
that?
Oh,
Oh, I
it's
figured that was a Corona shirt.
no brand, maybe.
where do you pick up a shirt like that? The Goodwill.
Did you pay for it?
No, Alex bought it for me.
You ought to get a free bowl of soup with
No.
a shirt like that.
My brother and I
Looks good on
matching
you, though.
these shirts.
Yeah, like,
Dude, we wear them together at times.
Oh,
are
dude.
you sure though, or he just tells you he's wearing it?
Alex buys 2 shirts. He throws away one. I can't believe he wears it. I'll text him. I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to wear the orange one. You just go ahead and wear the orange one.
It's a very nice shirt. It looks great on you.
You look good in flower
Yeah, yeah.
print. I've always said that. It's so one of the worst games on the board this weekend, week 13 in the NFL. Unavoidably, you're going to watch it at some point. It will be broadcast live here in San Diego. Chargers taking on the Patriots,
Ooh.
a 4-win Chargers team taking on the worst record in the AFC, the New England Patriots in Foxborough. And why would anybody be interested in the result of this game? Here's why. Because depending on who wins and how they win, the opposite team may fire their head coach.
Right?
I mean, I don't really see it for Belichick, but what happens if the Chargers blow out the Patriots? What happens if it's an absolutely abysmal game in Foxborough?
Yeah, I mean, there's that discussion, right? There's that possibility there. I also feel like there is a large possibility the Patriots come in and win this game. And how would Brandon Staley have anything to stand on at that point?
I don't know. I don't know where you go from here if you're Brandon Staley and this Chargers franchise. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. I mean, I don't want to say he's lost the locker room, but there's been indications in the past that it feels like there are players who disagree or find at very least his tactics disagreeable. So we'll find out. I mean, somebody's got to lose this game.
Yeah.
So, Rich, do you remember right after we got done with the Sean Lewis press conference when we tossed back to Colin? He came back and he was saying it's already been decided that Brandon Staley's gone at the end of the season, and he was crediting someone. I can't remember who he was crediting. It may have been Jeremy Fowler. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he was essentially saying, like, look, the way the Chargers season has gone, it's already unacceptable. No matter what happens the rest of the way, Brandon Staley is going to be gone at the end of the year. And if you're Brandon Staley and you hear something like that or see something like that, like what's going through your head?
Well, and Brandon Staley up on the podium after these games does not sound like a guy who's confident that he's sticking around.
He's in defense mode.
Yeah, completely that. I mean, and walking up in front of the media saying these speeches that I give here after the game are not for the fans. They're for my team. I mean, what the hell are you even talking about?
Our defense is not the problem.
Yeah. I mean, give me a break.
Look, it's delusional. What it is you're lying to yourself to create some false sense of confidence. What everybody should have heard him say is there is something really wrong here, and it starts with me. And I really, my sincere wish is that my effort could fix this problem, because I promise you, all of you, anybody who's listening to this, I'm working as hard as I can to fix this problem. But there's something wrong. Something's not connecting. And that's my fault. My fault as a head coach. I need to connect with this locker room. I need to get these players to execute. I need to have a better game plan. And if they can't execute my game plan, I need to come up with a different game plan. And that's the effort every single day at practice, every single time we walk into meetings and on the practice field to get this right. That's what everybody wanted to hear. Not, hey, you guys don't know what you're talking about. It's not my defense that's screwing it up. And I'll continue calling the defense because I think I'm pretty good at this. It's what? So, okay. Well, you know what? It's the weird thing is we have proof that the exact opposite is true.
That's what, if like I was able to get the ear of somebody who's in the media scrum with Brandon Staley, the first question after that would be, hey, how much are you guys paying your defense? And then the second question would be like, hey, since middle of last season, where does your defense rate in terms of the NFL? And the answer would be, for the first one, near the top of the NFL. For the second one, damn near all the way at the bottom of the NFL, outside of the Denver Broncos, who are like every number's lopsided because of the one game against the Dolphins.
Look,
so like Brandon Staley's defense is the problem.
We don't even talk about that game anymore.
I know the Broncos
Yeah.
are good now. Super Bowl, let's go.
Yeah, we've moved on.
Let's ride.
We've moved on. Let's ride.
He's fixed. Russell
Speaking
Wilson's cooking.
of animal noises, okay? Sometimes you have a calling, and sometimes you are the calling. That's next.
I may have met my match. We'll talk about it next.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you on a Friday, a bar card Friday. Coming up here in just an hour now, hour, 10 minutes, we're going to have Tony Kanja, owner, operator of Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. So if you're looking for your liquor, beer, or wine to get ready for whatever it is you're entertaining this weekend, get started at Keg and Bottle. Also, we have a 4-pack of SeaWorld tickets to give away. Those tickets coming up in just a little bit as well. But first, we need to do this. And I mean need to do this.
You talking Family Feud?
So social media, I mean, it has its pitfalls. There's no question about it. But it also connects you to people and frankly to content that you need to see.
Like AI pornography.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's where this conversation begins.
Is it like that?
Well, no, that's just what Travis said us yesterday.
Yeah,
Well, okay, it was a shocking video that popped up, and I thought, oh my God,
So
how is it saying these words to me right now?
I had my phone on loud and I was sitting at the Broken Yolk with my wife, and she had just finished ordering her omelet. And the waitress goes, "Okay, thank you, love. That'll be it right out." And she's walking away. And then I open the link that Travis sends us, and it says, "Do you want to see my bed?" And boop. Well, they come to this link. I was like, oh my God. So I lower the volume all the way down because the audio was on a loop. And Annie goes, "Richard, what are you looking at?"
I don't know. It's the sickos I work with.
I'm like, "I'm a derelict." I said, "I'm sorry." I was like, I opened my phone. That's the first thing that popped up on TikTok. I ought to not look at that.
As I'm scrolling through TikTok, all of a sudden that's the ad that comes up, and I thought TikTok has gone. Yeah, we don't care anymore.
Yeah, well, I'm just going to send this to my buds.
But we're the ones that get kicked off of TikTok Live.
Yeah, great. Thanks, TikTok.
Thanks,
you figure it
thanks.
out.
Well, it's fixed now.
But so,
Yes.
you open one link, it doesn't necessarily bring you to the next pervy thing. Sometimes it brings you to just pure majesty. Sometimes it brings you to something that your eyes absolutely needed to see, your ears needed to hear. And that brings us to Family Feud. And it's not the Richard Dawson Family Feud.
No.
It's the Steve Harvey
Yeah.
Family Feud.
Yep.
Family Feud.
Family Feud.
We got a good one for you today, folks.
Oh, doggy. So
Get
this
out of here, you nasty.
you nasty. So a lady shows up on Family Feud and she has a secret talent, and it may rival that of probably. I mean, does it rival or does it beat your talent?
I can't even come close to this.
I disagree.
Ben,
Really?
if you could, we're gonna play what happened on Family Feud, and then we're gonna ask Travis to do something immediately following.
I have a special talent I want to share with you. I'm a turkey gobbling champion.
She's a turkey goblin
I
champion.
had
She
no,
wins an
I
award.
had no idea there were turkey goblin competitions.
No, neither did I.
And B, I had no idea there was anyone else out there like you.
I didn't
Are
know.
you sure you were supposed to marry Sarah?
Hold on.
Can you imagine if that lady got with Travis, the crazy, insanely talented turkey calling babies they would have to get?
Okay, can we make sure the camera is centered on you? Because
Okay, hang on.
I'm going to need to clip this up after.
Yeah.
don't know.
Actually,
I
I'm gonna
can't
get
even
a close up
I
of
can't
him.
even tell where
Hang
it
on,
is.
I'm
We're
gonna
going to go side by side and let the
Can't-
people decide.
I can't
I'm
even
going
tell.
cinematic mode.
Okay. All right. Here we go. And now I'm laughing.
No, you
Now
can
I'm
do
laughing.
it. No, you can
Do you want to listen to hers one more time?
Yeah, if I could. God, it's so good. It's so good.
I'm telling you, dude, I think you just have the male version. She has the female version.
You're a turkey Tom. She's a turkey hen. Oh my God.
You just made beautiful turkey love.
Dude, I feel like I'm in that
What?
Geo right
Listen,
now.
the National Turkey Federation, National Wild Turkey Federation has a championship. Can I apply?
1,000%. And
Here's
I,
what you do: back-to-back weekends, cornhole,
Okay.
turkey call.
I'm in. I'm an athlete. It's good.
one more.
It's pretty close.
Dude.
We have him.
Wait,
Hold on.
He's ours.
It's
We're
held.
Ben and I will be your coaches.
It's-
You remember how well that went for the Hardwood and Balls Classic?
It's fine.
This
I
doesn't
think
take any
pizza helps.
conditioning though. Like this, he could actually win this.
Honestly,
Okay,
we could have
so-
all the Slurpees and pizza we want leading up to
June-
this one.
June of next year, Mobile, Alabama. I'm there. Let's sign up. Let's go.
Alive. 1000%. Dude, he wins. In my book, I mean, I don't know what we're listening for. Could we get an actual, could you find, Fletch, I know we didn't talk about this. Could you find an actual turkey?
Wait a minute. I'm looking at pictures here. People are using actual turkey calls. This can't be it.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
no.
that's
This
gotta
has
be
to be,
something different.
yeah. That, nobody should show up
No.
with any sort of like wood implement. Oh, that's,
Ooh. Oh, they got some squeaks in there.
oh, I see.
Huh.
Yeah, now you go. It's close. Dude, it is so close. I love how you have to like bob your head as you do it. Like you have to sort
do.
of gyrate with to create the
do.
noise.
It's like you're
I
trying
did
to take
notice.
a really big pill.
I suck at taking pills. I'm just letting you know. I can't hardly swallow a pill to save my life.
He's trying to get it to go down.
So what's fun? I'll find a pill and show you how I take it. I actually do have to set it in my mouth and go to get it to go back there.
Let's
By the
just
way-
make it a Molly and
Wait.
see how the rest of the show
Dude,
goes.
honestly, we've talked about it for a while. We should try to do an entire show completely stoned on something.
I also noticed that the turkey gobbler champion, when she does the call, she goes down, and I got to go up.
Yeah, she does. She tilts her head down. Have you ever tried it in a downward
I
position?
tried it in the break, and I couldn't do it.
Interesting.
Can't do it. Wow, she's good at it. She's real good. She should win an award.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, she did.
Richie, can you send me that video?
Yes, 1000%. That will be up on our socials coming up in just a little bit. Big Rich TD Fletch on TikTok, on X, and on Insta. Also, coming up next, if you missed it yesterday, we're going to play back some of our interview with Sean Lewis, new head coach of your San Diego State Aztecs football team. Padres, are they going to be saying so long to Soto? And much more coming up next on a Bar Car Friday, brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
Hour 2, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. We're going to start off here in the NFL. Last night, Week 13 kicked off. It was a shootout between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Cowboys get the win 41-35. Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns through the air. Tony Pollard, 1 on the ground. Coming up this weekend, Chargers get the Patriots in New England. Niners, Eagles head-to-head in an NFC Championship rematch in Philly. Chiefs in Green Bay for primetime against the Packers on Sunday Night Football. And in locally, Aztecs traveling across town, taking on UCSD at Lion Tree Arena tonight. Tip-off at 7. Our pregame coverage will begin at 6 right here on San Diego Sports 760. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions do apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Yeah! Woo! Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Happy Bar Card Friday to all. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle, 10 locations around San Diego. And if you have a kegerator, get in touch with Tony Concha and his team at Keg and Bottle, kegendbottle.com. They can service any of your kegerator needs, run new lines, replace your keg, whatever it is. So for your man cave setup, or if you've got something special brewing for the holiday season, they'll help you with your brew at Keg and Bottle. Okay. We also have a 4-pack of SeaWorld tickets to give away. Packed show today. Tiger Blood coming in studio. We're going to be drinking that ready to drink beverage in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to be talking sports along the way. Oh, we've got an interesting NFL slate of games. We'll get to that. Week 13 is coming up. We also are going to play back some of the Sean Lewis interview from yesterday. If you missed us catching up with the Aztecs head coach after his whirlwind tour of media following his signing as the 19th ever head coach of the Aztecs football team, we'll have that for you coming up. But first, we need to say farewell to a friend.
Yeah.
To you until we meet again.
It's a little hard. It's a little hard. It's not official.
So long, Soto. We are only seeing news that Soto is going to be traded.
Yeah.
There is no news about Soto being extended. Juan Soto, after a short stint with the Padres, where the excitement when he signed could not have been at a higher fever pitch, is going to move on from San Diego. And I'm conflicted. I'm a little conflicted.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, here's the problem. Soto, numbers-wise, was the best Padre we had last season. So it's hard to see your best player, arguably, numbers-wise, leave.
Yeah.
However, the one thing that keeps popping up in my head is that little interview of, we just give up out there. You know, so it's that little piece that I can find some acceptance in. Okay, I mean, it's cool if you want to go somewhere else because it'd be great if you didn't give up out there.
Yeah, Soto's a special player. A 275 batting average. He generated 97 runs. He had 9 ribbies. That's over 130 walks. I mean, look, he's a baller. There's
you
no
don't
question
want Soto to leave your baseball team.
No,
never.
No.
And he also played in all 162 games.
Oh, that is true.
And he's one of the best players in Major.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
They
One of the best
usually
players
come
in Major League Baseball. Rich, I want to take us back though. TD, you weren't here yet. Rich and I were on the air after the show one day, much like we did when Sean Lewis got announced as the head coach of the Aztecs. But we stayed on because this was like pending. We thought it might happen, so we stayed on air. And then John Morosi put the tweet out. And do you remember the moment, Rich, when you broke that microphone?
I do.
Do you want me to play it for you right now?
Yeah, I do want you to play it. Yeah, the microphone was in two pieces.
Well, it still is.
Somehow still worked,
Yeah.
and then
It's a zip tie.
we just zip tied it back together, and
Good.
that's how it's been for. I mean, that was trade deadline 2022 season.
That feeling that you had was reverberating around the city.
Yeah,
I mean,
That feeling was World Series coming soon.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I dig Juan Soto, and actually, the more that he spoke, other than the "we give up" out there, the more I got to know Juan Soto, the happier I was he was here. I like Juan Soto as a Padre. I would be bummed if you lose him. We lose him as a player here in San Diego, but it seems inevitable.
Yeah, it does. Unfortunately, look, this is going to be a guy who, at the end of his career, is going to bat somewhere near 300. He's going to probably hit about 500 bombs. Like, he is a power hitter, and he's a disciplined hitter. He generates a tremendous number of walks over his career so far, 640. I mean, these are bonkers numbers. He's 25 years old. Okay, so when they said Ted Williams comparisons, I mean, they're right, because the stats are heading in that direction. The problem with the Padres isn't that they didn't win. I don't mind. Again, this sounds so bizarre from the standpoint of a sports fan. I don't mind that they didn't achieve what they set out to achieve this season. But what I do mind is when it feels like a team is going in the wrong direction, when they're getting worse instead of better, and there's an intentional aspect to it. With Peter Seidler, what was so great is it felt like we were building the entire time.
Yeah.
From signing Machado to then getting Fernando Tatis Jr. knotted up, supplementing this pitching staff with Yu Darvish and Blake Snell in trade, and then signing Joe Musgrove and then giving him a big contract and battening down the hatches with Darvish and all of the things, all the moves that they made. And I understand AJ Preller had his hand in all these decisions as well, but Peter Seidler was footing the bill. It was all progressing. My problem is now we're going to see regression. Now we're going to see the payroll come back down to earth. And I don't know if that means necessarily they can't win with the lower payroll, but it doesn't feel like progression this offseason.
No, it doesn't. And that's a great way to put that, because it has felt like the universe has been expanding with Peter Seidler at the helm. And all of a sudden now it feels like it's contracting.
Yeah.
Things are pulling back. Things are getting smaller again. And they are. I mean, that is factual, but we'll see what happens this offseason. Is what pieces can be added here. At the moment, it just looks like it is a tough hill to climb.
Dude.
It is a big hill.
Jeff Passan writing this morning, the San Diego Padres are expected to trade star outfielder Juan Soto in a deal some believe will come together by the end of the winter meetings. The winter meetings, by the way, are coming up this weekend. So it's like, well, there's a very real possibility by the time Monday hits. Juan Soto's out.
Okay. Look, the Padres unfortunately depress us every time we talk about them. So we'll get away from that, and we'll play a little bit of Sean Lewis from yesterday. Jumped on the show, had a great time catching up with the coach, getting our hands on him for the first time. Right, he'll join us on Mondays this upcoming Aztecs football season, but we're a long way away from then. In the meantime, he's got work to do. Right. There's going to be a lot of changes made to this roster, I'm sure. There are going to be announcements of new coaches heading to the Mesa coming up in the coming weeks, I'm sure. And you have the open window of the transfer portal and that early signing day coming up in December as well. So there's a lot to do for Sean Lewis and whoever will become his new staff on the Mesa. But in the interim, it was really nice to hear him within the first 24 hours of setting foot on soil here in San Diego. And what do we got in terms of the first clip from him?
So I really liked when you asked him, Rich, about making the transition from player to coach and then being in coaching over the last few years. So this is just more broad reaching his philosophy on the game of football and coaching the game of football and leading young men. So take a listen to Coach.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us that have stayed around the game, it's because the game has given so much to us, and somewhere along the journey, the men that influence us as coaches, changed the course of our lives. And so when you step away, right, and you hang up the shoulder pads and the helmets for the last time, in a way for me, it was really about, giving back to the game and giving back to, the young men of the future to help mold them and grow them in the same way that, Coach Christ and Coach Alvarez and all the great leaders that I was around at Wisconsin did for me. It's a great way to stay tied to a game that's given you so much and to respect the game, but more importantly, to serve and to pour into, the young men that are going to be the future, of our communities, and to instill in them the great life lessons and develop them as whole people while getting to compete and put them in the best position to be successful and to see them achieve their dreams, and achieve great things.
So I was sitting down for dinner with the CEO last night. This isn't a lie. And he sounded exactly like this gentleman when I was talking about leadership strategies.
Huh.
So I asked a bunch of questions because I'm so curious about people and in people who have high-powered jobs and a lot of pressure and a lot of people counting on them. And Sean Lewis is one of those guys, obviously.
Yeah.
But the CEO last night said, you need to be in the fight with your employees. Everybody needs to feel like you're in the foxhole with them. It cannot be you're pontificating on high down to people and condescending to people because they are people. They're not objects. You need to be locking arms with your players in the case of a coach, locking arms with your employees in the terms of a boss in an office, and going to fight together. And that's exactly what he's talking about. He said, serve our players. It's that servant leader mentality that's going to serve this football program insanely well.
And that's the key word here, leader for me. I mean, he sounds like a leader. He portrays a leader. He gives you that feeling of confidence to where if something was going wrong and you need an answer, you look to the guy in charge. It's not we have to take matters into our own hand type of a feeling because, I mean, Coach Sean Lewis sounds like he's got it together. And when you listen to him talk and you're like, okay, this is kind of the feeling I want him to portray, and I want these boxes checked. There's not one left unchecked.
Let's hear a little more from him. Obviously, in modern college football, NIL, transfer portal, those are some of the biggest things about it. Here's his philosophy.
Yeah, it's a reality of where we're at, and luckily we have a great opportunity here with the Aztec Link. It's for our fans to support us in that capacity, and it's a piece of the puzzle. That we have to continue to educate our fan base, our alums, and our supporters in, so that we have that piece of the puzzle right, so that we can utilize all the tools that are at our disposal, and to be able to build the individual brands of our players within the holistic approach that we have within the organization, so that we can again build that competitive depth and the championship quality roster that we need, knowing that is the reality of where we're at as we continue to move forward, and we'll continue to evolve in that space as the landscape continues to change.
Guys, this was my monologue yesterday, if you remember, and it's talking about Aztec Link. It's talking about Mesa Foundation. It's talking about how the community of San Diego needs to step up just as much as San Diego State needs to step up in the game of NIL, because that's who it becomes incumbent on. It becomes incumbent on the alumni. It becomes incumbent on guys like us, frankly. Like, if we want to see San Diego State athletics go to the next level, and I think everyone here does, and listening to Coach Sean Lewis, he doesn't have plans on just winning the Mountain West. He has plans on getting to that extended CFP playoff. So when you look at NIL and what it takes to compete in modern college athletics, it takes an entire community. So I just urge the city of San Diego, I urge Aztecs alumni once again to take the lead of J.R. Tolver, to take the lead of Mesa Foundation, which are grassroots organization who are now working hand in hand with the Aztecs to figure out a way to get involved. And whether that's with a checkbook, whether that's just donating your time, which is one of the most valuable resources we have, NIL is the most important thing in college athletics now, bar none. Not even close.
Well, it is, because look, if you can't recruit, you can't play. Games are won at the NFL level, at the college level, and at the high school level with good players. You could be a great coach and you could sneak away with wins with bad talent, but it'll catch up to you. So you need to be able, if you want to compete with the big boys, you have to accumulate talent. And one of the things also that I notice about his speaking style, and this is the mark of intelligence, is he speaks the language of the Aztecs immediately. Like, I don't know how long he had to prepare for all this. It doesn't seem like very long, but he is talking to this fan base and he's talking about things here like he's been here for years now.
Yeah.
In his press conference, dark side defense. Those were the Kirk Morrison days.
Yep.
Like, he has the lingo down already. You're so right.
He's talking about being here on the Mesa, never fumbled over his words, talking about Snapdragon Stadium. I mean, this guy just got here, talking about Aztec Link, naming J.R. Tolver by name. He just met him, shook his hand, I'm sure, for the first time just recently. Like, he gets it. There is no fumbling through this. He has a clear message. And also, there's no try. We're not going to try to do anything. He's saying, we're going to do this. I love that. It's all forward leaning. It all feels like it's progressing in a great direction.
Now, do we want to play the rapid fire or do we want to get to halftime? Because rapid fire has a moment.
It wasn't that bad.
It's a moment.
No, we should play
Wasn't
it.
that bad?
No, it was.
What? It was fine.
We did a little bit of Q&A. We did a little bit of, hey, quickly, let's get to know our new coach. Let's really embrace this opportunity to ask some questions outside of the game. And here's some of that right now. Android or Apple?
Apple.
Ooh, okay. Burrito or pizza?
Burrito.
Mac or PC?
PC.
Kraft mac and cheese or Velveeta?
Kraft.
Oh, yeah, strong
answer.
answer. Monopoly or Scrabble?
Oh, Monopoly all day.
Uber Eats or pick up at the restaurant?
Got to go. Interact with people.
I like
Same.
that one.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm also worried people are going to eat my food while
Andy
driving.
always
Rapid fire,
complains.
rapid fire.
Sorry.
Krispy Kreme or Dunkin' Donuts?
Coffee at either.
Well, okay.
well,
Wow,
fair enough. He's
okay,
changed it
I
on
like
us.
it. Yeah. Just switching things up. Gold Retriever or a Lab?
Pitbull.
Whoa, that's badass.
Hold on. Wait. Is Champ a pit bull?
Say again?
Do you have a dog named Champ?
We did. We had to
Oh.
put Champ down, unfortunately. But so if there's any great pity rescues, part of this move that I promised my kids that we're going to get a new pit bull. So hook me up if you guys are listening. We're looking for a new dog. So help us out.
Okay, we need to get him a new dog. And I can't believe you brought up
I didn't
the
need
new head
to.
coach's
I
dead
was
dog.
Get
trying
the
to
hell
do some
out.
research.
Take a lap.
I didn't see that
On
anywhere.
a Wednesday morning here.
Yeah.
I think it was fine.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
mean-
ever take that lap?
I don't think so.
You owe us one. You know what, honestly? You owe the whole county one.
I have to take a lap around the county.
Yeah. You gotta run here to Snapdragon
Listen.
Stadium and back.
In fact, take the lap right now because your halftime is coming up and I want you out of breath for
What?
it.
I won't be able to speak.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think it was fine. Look, we opened up some doors here. We got deep real quick.
Slam some shut too.
No, we're gonna figure out. We're gonna find him a puppy dog.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like we slam shut a revolving door because even though we slam the door shut, on the other side there'll be a pit bull. So where we were like, Sean Lewis,
And he'll be alive.
welcome to the team. Yeah, and it will be a live dog. But that is something we can promise.
Can we? Well, not sports related, but I feel like we should mention it here. The first woman ever elected, nominated, part of the Supreme Court, Sandy Day O'Connor, has passed away.
Whoa.
Yeah. So a big deal, I guess, in American politics.
Yeah.
Last night, Thursday Night Football, arguably the best primetime game so far, and it was a shootout. Cowboys win 41-35. It was the fifth regular season game in NFL history with 0 punts.
Also, like you're just like reading obituaries. You want to talk about Sean Lewis's dead dog again?
Wait, was there no punts last night?
There wasn't a single
No
punt.
punts. No punts.
It's only what, the fifth time in NFL history?
Do I have a weird fascination with death? Don't even know I'm doing it. Just gravitate towards it. No punts last night. No. I'd like to punt now.
Yeah. Let's talk about Don Coryell and his passing. That was sad.
Tyreek Hill caught a pass, caught a touchdown, says he's going to take care of the videographer who he had his game credentials revoked. So he's going to pay for his annual salary. He'll
Awesome.
take care of it. Yeah, so good times there. MMA fighter Conor McGregor, if I could spit it
What,
out
did
there.
he pass away too?
He's dead. Died at the age. No, this is life given. Had his fourth child yesterday. So congratulations there. And the Big Mac getting ready to get bougie. They're changing things up here. They're making over 50 changes to the Big Mac that Fletch has never had.
Now I heard they're doing a fried chicken Big Mac. If that's the case, I'm in.
Dude,
What?
we have to
What?
run to McDonald's right now and get a Big
We
Mac.
can't
don't want a
until
Big
after
Mac.
10:30.
I don't want a Big Mac.
Oh, it's
Why?
oh
Why
my
don't you
gosh.
want a Big Mac?
It doesn't look good to me.
You're crazy.
Personally. No offense to McDonald's.
Anyways,
I like a lot of things on McDonald's menus.
There are you say so many disagreeable.
There's just
things,
so much going on there.
but that is
What are you talking
easily
about?
Your worst take.
I mean, like people have
looks
tried
delicious.
to copy the Big Mac from every burger since the Big Mac.
It feels like too much bread to me. There, I said it.
It's the same amount of bread. They just cut like a middle section. That's all. That's all. By the way,
Take a lap.
The
I've never.
bun-
If I have it and I like it, I will change my
Okay,
tune.
all right. Actually, we'll save the lap. If you try it and you don't like it, you'll take the lap.
Yeah,
Can I do
that's
no
correct.
pickles?
You
Please,
for-
can I do no pickles?
Yeah,
You can't-
Pickles
you
really
can do
turn me
pickles.
off on,
Yeah.
on
Well,
burgers.
well,
It's just-
now the pickles are going to be a little bit more higher end, I guess, is what they're putting on there. A better pickle. They're doing better lettuce. The patties are supposed to be better beef. However, they're smaller.
Look,
I
I'm
don't
not
get that.
is it going to be like $20?
any of.
I
yeah.
think so. Well, probably.
Oh, it'll
Yeah.
be more expensive. I'm not condemning any fast food restaurant for the recent raise in prices because I understand what's happening, especially in this state. But it is expensive going through a drive-through these days, and so I like the idea of trying to like up the ante on fresher quality, higher quality ingredients and stuff like that. So hopefully they're a leader in this field.
It's
I do miss the
expensive.
days when, like in high school, you could go through T-Bell with the $10 bill and get the entire menu.
Yeah, I know, but that $5 box.
Dude,
Still good.
I put out a tweet yesterday based on Matt Rule talking about how quarterbacks in the transfer portal, good ones, are going for like $2 million. I would have transferred for legitimately a Crave case and a can of mint skull. Like if somebody was like, and then some Penn Stater responded to my tweet and was like, I would have doubled it. And I was like, and I would have stayed. Dude, the transfer portal is going nuts, man. Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, what was the number Matt Rule threw out there?
$1 to $2 million for a good starting quarterback out of the transfer
So like
portal.
DJ Uiagalelei just hit the transfer portal. So what's he going to get? Because he's going to be one of the top options.
Well, you're thinking of Riley Leonard?
No, DJ Uiagalelei. So he's deciding between the NFL draft or transfer portal. It's probably going to be where he can make more money based on draft projections, based on how much he could get in NIL.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And by the way, this is going to be commonplace. You're going to see, and also, by the way, if he gets, I don't know, a great assessment draft wise that he doesn't like, he may go back to Oregon State. You put yourself in the transfer portal doesn't mean you have to transfer. All it means is, hey, Beavers, hello, wealthy donors around Corvallis, Oregon, show me the money.
So first round draft pick obviously would be more money than you would get at the college level. I'm guessing. Like hell, I guess not necessarily.
Say one more time.
Like if you're a first round draft pick in the NFL draft, probably that's more money than you'd be able to get in college.
1,000%.
But if you get like late second round, which there's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft, so like DJU, if he's looking around being like, if I'm a late second rounder, maybe it is more worth my time to go make $6 million this year.
Yeah, if he can. I mean, look, that's probably around the part of the draft where you start to have that discussion. Late second round. That's crazy. That the money is good enough that you would rather stay in college from a money perspective than be drafted late second round.
Dude, you came up in the wrong time.
I sure did.
Wow.
You have any idea how many free chicken wings I would have gotten?
It's like you were right in the time of where like cheating was bad. So there were like no more duffel bags with $250,000 just stuffed in them. But then you were right before the time where you were allowed to like legally get $250,000.
When all this changed, the first thing I did was I got on the phone with my parents and yelled at them for having me when they had me.
Yep.
They should have waited. And I've always said that.
Selfish of them.
They're very selfish people, Patty and Richard Ornberger.
Yeah, we got a lot of people dying, so a lot of people we got to get to here coming up on the show.
We got plenty of obits. We've got TD's new segment, Bits of Obits. That's next on Big Rich, TD, and Fletch.
We got to get your best bet of the week with our betting analyst, Jared Smith, coming up next.
This update is presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports. It's Friday, so let's get you ready for the sports weekend. Starting off with Aztec Hoops. They're hitting the road to go all the way across town, taking on UCSD at Lion Tree Arena tonight. 3 Aztecs are game time decisions. Reese Waters and Jay Powell both dealing with the flu. Miles Bird still nursing that hip injury. Our coverage will begin at 6 right here on San Diego Sports 760. Tip-off with Ted Leitner is at 7 o'clock. In the NFL last night, Week 13 kicked off with a shootout between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Cowboys get the win 41-35. Coming up this weekend, Chargers, Patriots in New England, Niners, Eagles, NFC Championship rematch. It's going to be played in Philly. Chiefs in Green Bay for primetime against the Packers on Sunday night. Check out what DraftKings has to offer this season with code SPORTS because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions do apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Big Rich, Didi, and Fletch, San Diego Sports 760 still have those SeaWorld tickets we're going to be giving away here. A family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration, where the wonders of the sea meet the joy of Christmas. From underwater discoveries to San Diego's largest Christmas tree, the Sky Tower Tree of Lights, you're going to experience thrilling rides to Mrs. Claus Christmas Parade, real reindeer, photos with Santa, all of the heartwarming traditions, and sing along to a stocking full of soul featuring America's Got Talent finalist Brian Cheatham. A holiday celebration filled with wondrous moments only at SeaWorld San Diego, happening now through January 7th.
Love that. Love this. Every single Friday, we join forces with Jared Smith, Fox Sports Radio lead betting analyst. Countdown to kickoff. You'll hear him tomorrow morning right here on San Diego Sports 760, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. alongside myself and Brian No. He's going to jump on the phone line. We're going to have a little chat with him about the upcoming betting weekend in the NFL. So the Cowboys did not cover the spread. The road dogs get the win in terms of against the spread. The Cowboys get the win overall. And if you had the over on the total, you won big last night because it wasn't even close. 41-31.
Yeah.
41-35 final. So 76 points scored in this game. I did not expect that.
No, neither did I. I mean, I thought this was going to be very lopsided. Cowboys had a 9 points that they had to cover and couldn't do it. I mean, it was actually incredible to me because I thought this was going to be very lopsided. The scoring back and forth was shocking, but it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a good matchup. the whole way around. It was an enjoyable game to watch. The only critique I would have of the game overall, before we get to the betting side of things, is the penalties. 19 called in total on the game. That was way too many.
I think it was 200 and around 50 yards worth of penalties.
Just brutal.
That's a lot.
Slowed down the game and the length of the game, right? Look, on the West Coast, we're very lucky. We get to kick off at 5 o'clock as opposed to 8 p.m. on the East Coast. But still, that brings you all the way up to 9 o'clock.
That game almost finished at midnight last night on the East Coast.
No question. I mean, it's tough, man. It's tough. All right, well, let's welcome in Jared Smith. Countdown to kickoff. You hear him tomorrow morning. Fox Sports Radio lead betting analyst. We do it every Friday with Jared. How you doing this morning, buddy?
I'm doing good. I was on the over last night, so I was fine with a long game, a lot of points, back and forth, but also a lot of penalties. I'm sure you guys have discussed.
Yeah, Jared knows his stuff.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Picking the over.
Fist pumping over here because we were just talking about it. So Cowboys couldn't cover, Road Dogs get the cover, but the total, if you had the over. Now, what led you to choosing the over? Is it the Cowboys at home who have been on this hot streak scoring points? Because I think it's like their 5th game scoring 20 points or more at home in a row.
Yeah, I think Dak is kind of on this warpath for the MVP. I mean, it looks like, and I'll be honest, I think the way that the schedule shakes out, with Philly having arguably the toughest schedule of anyone down the stretch here and over the last few weeks. Now, they've been able to win games, but I think if Dallas is able to, win next week, and I think Philly's going to lose on Sunday to San Francisco, and then it's Dallas-Philly in Dallas next week, Dallas wins that game, all of a sudden those two teams are dead even in the NFC East race. So I just saw a lot of upside with Dak trying to push the ball down the field, and Dallas's defense is just, it's very boom or bust. I mean, Bland in the secondary is like burnt toast, and then he'll make a great play. So, that usually leads to points. I wasn't expecting all the flags that we got last night, but once I saw that it was Blakeman's crew doing the game, I felt good we were going to get a lot of PI and defensive penalties down the field.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad there's a certain crew that instills so much confidence. You're
Hercules crew, too. Those are the two.
You're talking dogs, Jared. You talked about the Eagles. I mean, they are dogs in this fight. Do they lose by more than 3?
Isn't it wild? The Eagles are 10-1. They're 10-1. They just beat the Bills. They just beat the Chiefs on the road in prime time. They are a home dog to the Niners, who have lost 3 games already this year. And again, that just shows you the power ratings that the odds makers use compared to the eye test and the records and the counting stats that a lot of other non-gambling people and non-power rating people use to kind of grade these teams. And right now, despite the fact that I think conventional wisdom might say Philly is better, they're at home, they're not better according to the ratings. And I think the ratings make sense here. So you just look at what Philly has done. You look at the road that they've taken. They could have lost probably 3 or 4 games over the last couple of months. But they're not. They're 10-1, and they get all the credit for that because in the NFL, it's all about winning games. But the manner in which they win the games, I think, is a little bit concerning to a lot of odds makers. Meanwhile, the Niners just kind of seem like they're chugging along. They had this little blip where they lost 3 in a row, and then they bounced back since, and they've looked like the best team in the NFL. And I think if you take the full sample of what the Niners have done and the full sample of what the Eagles have done, I think it's fair to say the Niners are better based off of the trenches, based off of maybe the style in which they play. So I trust the market here. I trust the line movement. Now that it's at 3, I might hesitate. I might bet the money line instead of the -3. But I still think the Niners are winning on Sunday.
I would like to give you a hug, Jared. A big, big hug. But I do need you to talk me off the ledge here because I'm thinking about throwing everything I have on the Rams, who are -3.5 against the Browns in Cleveland. I mean, Browns not a proven quarterback situation. Isn't it Joe Flacco this
It
weekend?
might be getting the start.
Like, come on. I'm going all in on the Rams. Bad decision?
Yeah. No, I think the Rams are, a tough team to gauge. I thought they put their best foot forward last week, and we didn't know what we were going to get with Stafford off the bye and everything, and they looked the part. I think you could put a lot of that on Arizona starting to play a little bit more like the Arizona we thought preseason, even though I thought they got a little bit of a bounce from Kyler Murray. I don't know how they're going to sustain that. But this Rams defense is playing a little bit better than I expected. And Cleveland's defense, you got to keep an eye. I think Myles Garrett banged up his shoulder last week too. So, they're without Garrett on the defensive side, then yeah, things are going to get tricky for the Browns down the stretch, because as much as I love Joe Flacco, made me a lot of money that Broncos or that Ravens game, that Ravens run when they beat the Broncos in the playoffs and went on to the Super Bowl. I don't. There's nothing left in the tank there, so that's a tough ask for him to put anything productive.
I'll tell you the line that has attracted me, and then I want to hear your best bet. But just analyze this with me: Patriots 5.5-point dogs at home hosting the Chargers. I just look at the last 4 games or so that the Patriots have lost. I mean, outside of the Dolphins, who have this high-powered offense, it's been all close games. Commanders, Colts, Giants, I mean, losing by 3 points or 4 in each of them. I feel like this spread is way out of whack. Talk me off the ledge. I want to take the points that the Patriots are getting.
I think it's not the worst bet to make. I think the issue I see with the Patriots right now is they kind of feel the weight of the world crashing down on their shoulders. Like I think it, and this room better than anyone else, Rich. So I'm curious, how you perceive it, but it just seems like Bill has kind of lost the fastball. And if that's the case, I don't know if the off-speed stuff is really working. It's not like it's not like he ever had the off-speed stuff. Like his approach was always, we are going to outwork you and we're going to out you. And I haven't seen a whole lot of those little things that the Patriots have done right this year. And that's what scares me about them. Now, on the other side, every Chargers game is the same. They're winning, they're losing, they're winning, they're losing, and then they either win or lose by a field goal. Like it seems like the Chargers games all kind of play out the same way. So that's why I could see what you're kind of, putting down here with LA just putting some distance between themselves, and then maybe the Patriots keep it close but cover and don't win. But something about what the Chargers have done. I mean, you talk about a desperate team. The Chargers are the last place team in the AFC West right now. I never would have expected that coming into the year. So I think there's desperation on both sides, and that makes for a lot of variance. I actually think the best bet in this game is probably the under, because let's be honest, New England's not putting a whole lot of points up on anyone right now. And I do think, as bad as the Chargers defense has played, you got to imagine that there's some reason there to give the best effort this week. So outdoors, Foxborough, like I could see this one being a lower scoring game.
Jared, what's the best bet of the week? And go ahead and tell me it's Denver being dogs.
Oh man, I do like the spot for Denver. I do. If you get 3.5, I do think Houston. I mean, listen, CJ Stroud has played what now? 13 games, or about to play his 13th. That's a long college season. So I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't see if his best football this year was behind him. But he surprised me at every turn. I think it's the Niners, guys. Like I try not to overthink these things. And when the market kind of gives you the gem that they're giving you here, when they're making a 10-1 team, a 3-point dog at home, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of people backing the Eagles this week as a dog. And I love fading that. So again, I'm probably not going to lay 3 at this stage. I laid 1.5 earlier in the week because I had this spot circled for like a month. But I think at this point, you bet the money line on San Francisco. You parlay it with something else you like this week, and I think that's the way to bet it.
Jared, we appreciate the time. Love hearing from you every single week. We'll do it again in 7 days.
All right. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Good luck.
There he goes. Jared Smith, lead betting analyst, Fox Sports Radio.
You guys catch that? Best bet of the week is the Niners.
Was he?
He did mention that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I just want to make sure you both heard that.
I don't know.
This guy is just so excited. I mean, it's like his pants are getting tighter. But,
I actually think the Niners are going to lose.
But it's
not due to weight gain.
No. In fact, his pants got looser from the weight loss. As a matter of fact,
correct.
We're going to break down the NFC, biggest game in the NFC coming up next. And I think you know where we're heading with that one. But Fletch, with all that excitement, why don't you take it away?
Well, here's the phone number you need to call, and you need to call right now, 858-665-3211. Look, we got a 5-minute break that we're about to take. That's enough time for you to get a free consultation with Miss Chloe. So 5 minutes, that's all it really takes. 858-665-3211. Get your free consultation today with sdfatloss.com, and you can start shedding the pounds just like we did. Guys, I stepped on the scale this morning, and I was a little bit nervous because Thanksgiving just happened. I haven't weighed myself since. Dude, I was 234. So
That's
I'm
perfect.
like,
You're maintaining.
I'm maintaining.
you're
That's
maintain-
exactly what we're doing.
Are you gonna see more family coming up for the Christmas
Dude, I'm
holiday?
seeing my mom tomorrow.
Oh wow.
So here's the thing. My mom, I talked to her on the phone yesterday and she was like, can't wait to see Skinny Ben. And I was like, well, I don't know if you're going to get him because Thanksgiving just happened. Like, I don't know. And so I stepped on the scale this morning being a little nervous, but the tools that sdfatloss.com have taught me have really paid off because the 80-20 rule is working for me. I'm maintaining right where I'm at. I'm still down 35 plus pounds, down 50 from when we started Next Level Fit Guy stuff. So if you're thinking about making a change in your life, make that change today. Call the number 858-665-3211. Go over to sdfatloss.com.
I wanna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right.
The biggest matchup of the NFC, maybe the entire season. We'll break it down next. San Diego Sports 760, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch with you on a Bar Card Friday. We got Keg and Bottle breaking down the door here in studio in just a few seconds. We're going to be joined by Tiger Blood. That's right, Tony Concha bringing in his friends from Tiger Blood. We're going to try that ready-to-drink cocktail. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Also coming up in just a few minutes, your opportunity to win a 4-pack of SeaWorld tickets. So, excuse me, choking on myself here. So be listening for that opportunity. Also, very important to download the free iHeartRadio app. Best way to support the show is share a link with a friend. Okay, so biggest NFC matchup, maybe of the whole season, Niners, Philadelphia.
Maybe of the decade.
Yeah, rematch of the NFC Championship game.
Maybe of the millennia.
Deebo Samuel calling the cornerbacks with the Eagles trash.
Hassan Reddick talking smack about the Niners, and there was a lot of boo-hooing after last year.
So the matchups to watch are specifically Christian McCaffrey against this Eagles rush defense, and also you gotta be wary about Brandon Ayuk now.
For sure.
Right.
I mean, Deebo is great, but Brandon Ayuk, he has come on strong in the second half of this season.
He's wide receiver 1 for the 49ers.
No question about that.
It's weird to say that when Deebo Samuel's kind of maintained that role for the last few years, but Brandon Ayuk, again, I firmly believe this, is a more talented receiver than Deebo Samuel is. Now, Deebo Samuel is a more talented football player when you look at his all-around game. He's a better blocker. He's a better runner. He's better after the catch. But Deebo Samuel, man, as a pure route runner, like he is Devontae Adams-esque the way he is able to move without the football.
Yeah, without a doubt. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. We have Tiger's Blood ready to drink cocktail coming in.
Can
right
you do
now.
a tiger sound effect?
Yeah.
We've heard your turkey.
I don't know if I can. I have to work on that in the break. I don't want to unveil it now. I might throw up. We're Replenish hangover cure in here, and a dozen donuts walked in. Yeah, I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, this is
Gonna be a
going
party on a Bar Cart Friday
to be a lot of fun. So Bar Cart Friday coming up in just a little bit. We're also going to break down Week 13, a slate of games, probably arguably one of the better slate of games in the NFL this weekend to watch. Also, we've got an interesting college basketball story that emerged. What was this, 2 nights ago?
2 nights ago was the game. This clip started going around yesterday.
Whew, man, a coach versus a player. We'll get into that dynamic next. But first, want to talk to you about my Toyota. I bought it over at your San Diego County Toyota dealers. What a great decision that was. So I needed a reliable automobile. I kept having breakdowns. I bought a lemon, to be perfectly honest with you. I just bought a used car with a bad transmission, and it haunted me from the jump. Well, when I finally had my last breakdown and made up my mind, had that sucker towed away and junked, I went straight to Toyota because every person I asked said, well, if you're having troubles with reliability, Toyota is the brand for you. New vehicles arriving daily at your San Diego County Toyota dealer. They're available right now, including the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs. So whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, hurry into your Toyota dealer today. They make it easy. Also, if you're interested in Toyota's Beyond Zero lineup of great cars, e-vehicles that support a greener planet with a wide range of those electrified vehicles, hybrids, plug-in hybrids, fully electric. They certainly make it easy for you there as well. Get out to your San Diego County Toyota dealer today.
We're number 3, Big Rich, TD, and Fletch. This update presented by Staples Stores. Friday, let's get you ready for the sports weekend. We're going to start off with Aztecs Hoops. They're hitting the road all the way across town. They take on the UCSD at Lion Tree Arena tonight. 3 Aztecs going to be game time decisions tonight. Reese Waters, Jay Powell both dealing with the flu, and Miles Bird still has that hip injury. Our coverage will begin at 6 right here on San Diego Sports 760. Tip-off at 7 o'clock with Teddy Leitner. In the NFL, last night kicked off Week 13. It was a shootout between the Cowboys and the Seahawks. Cowboys get the win 41-35. Coming up this weekend, Chargers have the Patriots in New England. Niners, Eagles going head-to-head in an NFC Championship rematch in Philly. Chiefs will be in Green Bay for primetime against the Packers on Sunday night. Staples Holiday Deals means amazing savings for the holiday season on hot tech like laptops, game systems, earbuds, and more. Right now, save up to $350 on select PCs. In-store only offer ends 12/23. See an associate for details. Have yourself a merry little holiday deal at Staples.
Big Rich, TD, and Fletch on a Bar Cart Friday. Happy Friday to those who celebrate. Again, Keg and Bottle brings you Bar Cart Friday every single Friday. 10 locations around San Diego. And we have Tiger's Blood in studio right now with us. Oh my gosh, this is a crew. So we got brand new friends. We have some old faces in new places. Lauren Legans joins us again, promoting this awesome product that we are going to get the opportunity to partake in. Now, we had a sneak preview, a break, but we're going to dive into all the different flavors.
Shotgun.
Oh, that is a cold boy right there.
That is an icy beverage.
We also have Mark and Walden, CEOs of Tiger Blood, in studio with us. Also, Reza, the doc, is in to talk about the hangover cure.
Wait, okay, are we supposed to start with the pregame?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, I mean,
We could go.
That's right.
How do
Everybody
how do
nail
we
a
do-
pregame.
Look, you're the doctor.
Yeah, come on,
So
Doc.
you
Doctor.
instructed. Get over here.
Doctor,
Yes.
give us our medicine.
Sandwich us in.
Doctor's orders. Doctor's orders.
Dr. Reza Turgari joining us on the microphone. Yeah.
Oh, wait,
There we go.
Wait, we need more microphones.
Here we are.
It's the only.
You guys are all
going
going to drink. We're all going to drink. Everybody drinks. Don't lie to me.
Okay.
I've been lied to enough
So-
times in my day.
So replenish the hangover cure is being passed out by Tony Kanja, Keg and Bottle, 10 locations all throughout San Diego County. By the way, you can pick these up at any Keg and Bottle location. I say that. I don't know if that's true.
It's the only
Is that-
place I shop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. It's the only place that has them. Keg and Bottle. Okay. So we're gonna crack this open because I mean it is a Bar Cart Friday. We got to make sure we stay safe, right, Doc?
Right. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. So
Pre-game before you
safety
pre-game.
first.
we're supposed to shake.
Oh, shake it.
Shake.
Okay.
Shake. Yep.
I would have made that mistake.
Yep. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna pregame.
Down the hatch.
Yep.
Doctor's orders.
I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
right.
That's it.
Let's rock and roll.
I love how
Yeah.
it says
Yeah.
on the front of this, Doc. It says, it says prevent
Love
the
it.
pain.
Is there a
Yeah.
tiger in here?
Amen.
Yeah.
Indeed.
There's a lot of tigers in here.
Yeah. Right. There are. Yeah. There's a crew.
It's a
I
room
always-
full of tigers.
I always love when I there's like something that needs no explanation. You know what I
Correct,
mean?
correct.
Like when you look at this product, you know exactly what you need it for. You know exactly why you need to take it. Everybody's experienced a hangover.
By the way, that's tasty.
That is
Actually,
good.
you know,
We are
Yeah.
working on new flavors and formulations though as well.
I got the
I
pineapple.
feel like
Stay
it's dialed.
tuned.
Mine was
I don't even know
pineapple-y. Are they all pineapple-y?
No, we're gonna have some. We're actually doing some flavor questionnaires to people to see what they want. You know, choice is good. It's all American. Everyone
right,
wants to have, like,
right.
options.
Yeah. Well, I had pineapple and it was good.
Yeah, we just pre-gamed.
Yep.
And so now we move on to the main event, Tiger's Blood. So who wants to go first? Mark, Walden.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first.
All right.
Okay.
well,
Mars used to be on the radio from his
My rock
he's a
star days.
musician.
Well, wait, can we
Oh,
get,
right
can we
on.
get that out of the way real quickly?
Yeah.
Well,
That
yeah.
Mark wrote a song,
I was part of
Skater-
And
Skater Boy.
Skater Boy.
by
He's
Avril
the-
Lavigne.
He's the real skater boy.
He's the real skater boy.
Hold
Ben
on.
Fletcher.
He was the skater boy.
You're a
We
co-writer to Skater Boy?
I'm not. So I'm
He
not.
was
a
the skater boy. He was. They
I'm
were
not
dating.
A quote unquote co-writer. We were engaged for the whole time we did our first albums together, and so it was one of those stories where the producers brought in this. Hey, we just got this new girl, and we were in doing our album up in L.A. My band was called Off by One. We were a San Diego band. We're from here, and he's like, okay, just take her out, like show her the town, but don't
hook up.
Don't hook up with her.
Don't do it.
And I was like,
I
oh
was gonna
yeah,
say
sure, okay,
Wow.
And then we were together the whole time.
There
and
you go.
There it
Oh
is.
shit.
Don't worry. We can dump it.
Yeah.
We've got a delay.
Just give us a few minutes before you do it again.
So it's funny because it was at the time because we were touring the world and we wound up breaking up after about a year.
Yeah.
And then we were touring and
She said,
my,
"See you
my
later,
pu-
boy."
My,
See you
my
later, boy.
publicist,
She did.
right? Well, it was the other way around, but sure.
Whoa, easy. Easy, Tiger.
Wow,
Easy, Tiger.
Wow.
And then she was like, you know what?
Well,
I'm going Nickelback.
hey, listen. Actually, it was,
Yeah, that was a
actually,
step
it was,
up, for
it
sure.
was the Sum 41, Derek from Sum 41 first. And
Oh,
then,
okay.
because, we were all on Warped Tour together.
Oh yeah.
But, yeah, it was one of those things where at the moment, my publicist, I was on the front of these magazines at the time. It was like 17 Mag or, the YM magazines. And there's all these articles in my face and all this stuff. And I was like, you got to kill this.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I'm a punk rocker at the time. Why would I want to ride this on my back? And so we squashed it. And since then, it's just kind of been a secret. And it's really funny because everyone's, who is this guy? Whatever. And I have all this great video of us in the studio and her doing her vocals and us playing guitar in our apartment and stuff like that. It's cool, but just kept it all.
Do you
down.
have her number? We should call her.
We should call her right now.
Oh,
We should call her
I-
immediately.
Hey, Mark, maybe we could mend a fence.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah.
clear up
You
for
know?
everybody,
No,
because this
she'll-
was
She'll
jumbled.
deny it.
Mark,
All the-
you
Is she even
dated
married now?
Avril
Is she
Lavigne.
married?
Yeah,
That's where we're at right now.
Oh, so Mark
And
not
Mark
only
broke
did-
her heart.
I'm
he
the
was-
skater boy.
He's the skater boy.
Yeah.
So Mark and Avril were engaged for a short time.
Well, yeah, we were together. We were together, and we had some. I got her a ring, and we it wasn't like an official thing. We were young, dude. We were young, and we're living in LA. We have all these big record deals, and reality is not real for us. Where the record labels paid for everything. We live in these apartments and go to these studios and just get bought food and booze and whatever. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
it was just a fun time, and. Yeah, I mean, it was. I mean, we woke up together in our bed on September 11th.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh well, weird.
That
Man.
yeah. What a
Oh, yeah,
what a
because that is a where were you win kind of day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what a wild
And we freaked
ride.
out because a lot of people that were working for her record label were in New York in the towers.
Oh, dude.
so
Oh, wow.
everyone was good,
Wow.
fine, fortunately. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was one of those things.
So
We
she
got-
writes Skater Boy.
Yep.
You guys co-write it.
No,
or-
I didn't write it, but I was a part of the playing it and being there.
Okay.
I had all the ideas with
and
them.
and then you guys break up. And then years later, you take a class at the Charlie Sheen boot camp, and you say, "I'll be damned, this tiger."
There it is. You know,
Yeah, well, no.
Hold on now, hold on.
It's this guy. So because I've been in the music business forever, like Walden and I have been great friends since we were kids.
Right
'Cause
on.
We both
Yep.
born and raised San Diego and surfed together. I mean, this guy was like a pro surfer and did his thing and a staple in Mission Beach, PB, runs all these things. I'll let him get into that. But
that a secret.
ultimately, I was doing some music videos last year or a year and a half ago. And I was like, dude, I want somebody I want in this video. And I called Walden, we hadn't connected. And then we were doing the music video and I was like, hey, can we figure something out? Like, let's start something. And then he kind of came up with that. And then we just kind of evolved. And then he shows up and
Yeah,
says,
I think-
let's
I-
call it Tiger's
Walden,
Blood.
right?
Walden, by the way, God, I feel like I'm looking into a mirror.
Dude,
Yeah,
you
I
and
mean,
him,
like-
you look so similar.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy. Well, because you lost all that weight
Yeah.
with stfatloss.com and you've been doing push-ups. So you and Walden are like the same guy. Maybe
Yeah.
he has slightly more tattoos, but
That's
that's
about it. That's about it. That's about it. I mean, maybe like a little more handsome, but not really, not like a lot.
no.
All right,
Yeah,
guys, all right.
yeah.
Wearing the hell out of that t-shirt, by
Yeah.
the way.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, you could use a
well, back
large.
to reiterate with
A little tight.
yeah, right. Back to reiterate with Mark's story. I guess we were at a crossroads at that point, and I think we kind of this whole thing was actually born in Barrio Logan, in a warehouse in Barrio
Sweet.
Logan.
Wow, no way.
We were shooting Mark's music video, and we were both going through breakups.
Yeah.
Right? He
Mhm.
was going through divorce. I was going through breakup, and we were at that place and we said, hey, let's do something new. Let's do something different. And so we came up with the concept. We said, you know what? It's got to be something really cool. It's got to be something kind of healthy along with our lifestyles.
Yeah.
So we like to party.
What's your ex's name?
Natalie.
Okay, so
Natalie Portman.
What's crazy? What's crazy is we have them both here.
This is how I feel.
No, I'm kidding.
Cold and I am
Natalie,
Surprise.
Surprise.
Nice pull.
Yeah.
Are we cracking these open?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna open mine
almost
from
done.
the bottom.
Oh wait, are you guys?
Oh,
you
he's
guys
going
are.
shotgun.
Oh, he's shotgunning.
Hang on.
He's shotgunning.
We're getting
Absolutely.
started here.
He's shotgunning.
Yeah, it's gotta happen.
Oh, you're the man.
This is
You're the
Here
man.
it is. Okay, here it is.
Let's see.
And am I supposed to film this? Oh,
Yeah.
there's a lot of
Yeah.
cameras out. Yeah.
Yeah,
go.
it's gonna be on camera somewhere.
Let's
We
do
know
it.
that much. Okay,
Here we go.
Somewhere, somehow.
All right.
What
all
is-
right. It's
What
prepped.
flavor am I even? Oh,
That is
Hawaiian
professional.
Punch.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Dude, that is unbelievable that you named it after my favorite beverage.
best tasting seltzer you've ever had.
All
Right
right,
there.
here we go.
Ready?
Here it goes.
Go, 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 go,
Chug,
go.
chug, chug.
Wow,
That is
professional.
fantastic.
3 seconds, people. Wow, that was
Wow.
amazing.
Wow. So how did it taste?
That is an insanely chuggable product.
Hold on. I gotta
Very
taste.
sessionable.
Is this Hawaiian Punch too?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so good. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
That's
it,
the
take
star. It's a star.
So
By the way, there's 0 sugars in that.
Zero
Are you
sugar.
kidding me?
99 calories.
we got
What?
vitamin C,
Electrolytes.
vitamin
Wow.
B, and electrolytes.
Let's get another one over here for Richie to sip.
Yeah,
And
I
it
want
says
it.
on
Oh,
the
we
on
got
the
it.
can
New
here, it's
flavor.
best served
Okay.
cold AF.
Yeah, that's right.
Now, do you recommend over ice or just getting it really cold in
You
the can?
can you
Either
can
or.
put it you can put it over ice,
Either or.
and you can add a little more booze, or you just drink it how
I
it
can't
is.
say that. You can see now.
So I don't. You guys tell me, but I'm imagining this in one of those big pitchers that has a little spout at the bottom with a bunch of
Oh.
ice inside of it,
Ah.
with maybe some
Oh.
orange slices in it.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
here
like
we
the
go.
what is it, jungle juice? They used to call it?
Yeah, yeah,
The old school.
You're exactly
Or
right.
Tiger's Blood snow
Hey.
cones.
Snow cones.
You gotta
Yeah.
you gotta
Tiger's blood,
unleash
snow
the tiger.
cones.
Unleash
That's
the
just what
tiger.
the doctor ordered.
Right. We do have a
Wow.
doctor
Yeah.
in the house.
We do.
We do have a doctor.
Yeah,
Doctor in the house. There you go. Are you feeling
We have a
it?
tiger in the house too.
Wow.
Delicious, guys.
Yeah.
So-
It's absolutely delicious.
So how did you come up with the name?
So it's kind of what everyone always thinks. The older generation, because you talk to the newer generation, like, wait, what? It actually comes from what is it? Your uncle does the Ironman. So Ironman is actually born in Mission Bay,
Yeah.
and when you get to a certain plateau of pedigree, I guess you would say, right, athleticism, they say you have tiger's blood, and that's actually where the real name comes from.
Got it. Who was his uncle dating?
Oh no.
Oh, my
No, my
God.
God.
Everyone,
So a portion of our
everyone,
right,
maybe even
our portion of our profits from Tiger's Blood goes to the CAF
That's
and
right.
Operation Rebound.
Oh,
So
right.
my uncle's Bob Babbitt, and he started the CAF and had
No
competitor
kidding.
publishing and all
Yep.
that stuff. Yeah. So
Dude, I used to produce a podcast for Bob Babbitt.
oh yeah,
No
that's
way.
my uncle.
Wow.
Don't we look the
shout out
same?
to Bob.
You're like, okay, I can see the Babbitt in you.
Yeah.
No, so we so it's the first natural thing we want to do. Plus,
Yep.
it's a San Diego company, and we're native from here, so this
For
is
sure.
how we want to keep it real. But yeah, so a portion of the profits goes to Operation Rebound, a part of the CAF. So that's huge for us. But yeah, I mean, yes, we figured that out, but I thought he was talking about Charlie Sheen when he walked up.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude.
no.
Yeah,
He
of
walked up to
course.
a meeting when we met with Lauren the first
That's right.
time.
That's right.
He had this scribbled on a piece of paper, and he's like, "What do you? I mean, Tiger's Blood?" And I was.
We had a lot of
Lauren
names,
fell
but
back
that
in
one,
his seat. He's like, "Yes, this is it. This is
You
gonna
know,
be huge."
it was just one of those names that you just couldn't forget. Everywhere we brought it, it was just one of those, like, it just
Right.
stuck,
Right.
and we're like, that's it.
No,
We
the
got it.
marketing's great. The
Yeah.
box look that it comes in. You
Yeah.
could get variety
Thank you.
packs.
Thank
You got
you.
the tangerine coming up next. We tried the fruit punch already, and then the two other flavors, kiwi and what's the last one?
Tangerine.
Black cherry.
Black cherry.
Black
Black
cherry.
cherry.
There you go,
Black
black cherry. So
Yeah.
excited to break into all these. By the way, it's a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
That's right.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Locations around San Diego. Tiger's Blood is on the docket today. We've already taken, speaking of docket, we have Dr. Rez in studio as well. We've already taken our pregame, and this is this settles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Empty stomachs around the room.
Yeah.
Nobody's worse for wear here. This-
Yeah, right. I feel great.
You know what I mean? Like that's one of the things where
Fired up.
you take like supplements sometimes. My wife can't take a multivitamin, otherwise she'll throw up on an empty stomach. How
Yeah.
did you do that, Doc?
It took a lot of time and effort, and I had to do a lot of market research. I had to talk to a lot of people. find out how they drink. A lot of people actually don't just drink one drink, as you guys all already know. So,
Shocking.
and you know,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
thing is, like, we already know the effects of alcohol. We know what it does to the body, right? And then I thought to myself, like, why don't I just find a way to prevent that pain, no pun intended, and say to, hey, let's give the body a little bit of an armor shield before they go and start drinking, right? So before people start drinking, you want to build up something to protect the liver, protect the kidneys, protect the stomach, give you a little bit of, like, you know, resilience. So when you actually wake up the next morning, you don't feel like crap, especially when you get older, when you got responsibilities. I mean, we're not in college anymore. You know, you got, you know, kids, wives, you know, mistresses, whatever. You got a lot of mouths to feed, you know.
Mark.
Ex-girlfriend.
You know, it's, and you know,
got a guma.
but you know, we first thought about, okay, college kids, and then realized that's not really the people that need this. The people that need this are the ones who want to go golfing, they want to go have a good time with their boys, and then Monday morning they want to get back to work.
Over 30.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once
Yeah.
you hit that threshold, it's
Totally.
a different beast, my friend.
I
It sure
feel
is.
it, man. You
It
feel it.
sure
I
is.
feel it. We
Yeah.
all feel it. And at the end of the day, we still want to have fun. We still want to be able to drink, but we still want to be able to wake up the next day and not feel like crap.
That's right.
This is perfect, like you mentioned, for the golf course. You get yourself a little
Yeah.
hangover relief pregame, and then you buy a Tiger's Blood variety pack. You throw that in back of the cart. You're gonna have an awesome day, and then
Yeah.
an awesome evening because you won't feel the effects the next day. All right, we're gonna hit a quick
Yeah.
hangover here, or excuse me, halftime.
Yeah, we're gonna hit a hangover.
We're gonna hit
No,
a
we
half-
won't because we pregame.
And then we have a story we got to share with you from college basketball. Let's do it, Ben. All right, we've got week 13 of the NFL. Chargers will head out to New England to face the Patriots. Chargers a 4-win team. Patriots the worst record in the AFC. It's weird saying that, but 2 wins on the season, arguably the most consequential team. One of these head coaches could get fired after this matchup, depending on what happens on the field. Denver Broncos taking on the Houston Texans, featuring 2 of the league's hottest quarterbacks right now, CJ Stroud, Russell Wilson. The Denver on an absolute tear, one of the hottest teams in the league. Cleveland Browns head out to LA. They'll face the Rams. We'll see Matthew Stafford. We'll see how he performs against a great defense. We'll also see how Joe Flacco may get the start. We'll see how he performs against this Rams
Yeah,
team.
I'm out. I'm glad that Fox decided to like pull that game from the majority of markets and
Yeah.
throw in Niners Eagles. Because why do we need to see bad quarterback play?
Speaking of which,
Right.
Niners Eagles
Yeah.
biggest matchup of the weekend. No
Oh, I
question.
thought you meant speaking of bad quarterback play.
No, he's so mad.
God,
He
you
named
can't,
his
can't
dog
say anything about Brock.
after Brock Purdy.
I
so-
honestly screw that dog right now. He didn't sleep last night.
Yeah, well, oh, and speaking of which, later on our broadcast schedule, we've got tip-off 7 p.m. from Lion Tree Arena, UC San Diego, taking on your San Diego State Aztecs. We are the home of the Aztecs. We'll carry pregame, get you started at 6 p.m. with Ben Fletcher and John Schaefer.
Okay, sticking in college basketball, and this story is for everyone in the room because everyone's going to have an opinion on it. Louisville is ranked 22nd in the country right now.
Yeah.
They were on the road playing against Ole Miss, who's ranked 19th in the country right now. One of Louisville's best players did not play in the first half, and nobody knew why. After the game, Louisville head coach was asked why he did not play in the first half, and this was Louisville's head coach's response.
I probably should tell you this. We didn't have the tights that he wanted, so he didn't know if he wanted to play. Oh, yeah. You heard it. We didn't have the tights that he wanted, that we've never had for him, and he decided, I don't feel like I
Next.
So check this out. Kenny Payne, who's the head coach of Louisville basketball, is a former first-round draft pick of the NBA.
Stud.
I mean, stud. Had a long career in the NBA and then has been coaching since 2004. If you're wondering, is this the first time he's come across as a player or a coach anything that resembles a player not playing in a game because he didn't have the right tights? The answer is 100%. This is the first time.
You could hear the tone of his voice, the utter shock and disappointment, and you could almost hear him going through it in his head, like, I shouldn't throw my player under the bus, but I'm going to anyways because this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I hate Gen Z.
Can you imagine
Why?
TD?
Why wouldn't you throw your player under the bus here? Throw him so far under the bus. This is ridiculous. I mean, I can't even imagine. I wouldn't let him play. Tell him to leave.
Mark, Walden, Reza, Lauren, have you guys ever in your life not shown up to work because you didn't have the right pair of pants?
Absolutely.
In
Lack of pants,
In my
maybe.
case, it would be a wetsuit, but no, you know, when duty calls, you gotta
be there.
You gotta be there. You gotta be there.
On the other hand, when I used to be on stage, I would wear almost nothing, so it's great. Just as far as I can take my shirt off.
He still does
doesn't-
that.
Yeah.
He still does that.
Does going commando count?
Honestly, underwear optional in this studio.
Yeah.
We've always said that. Firm rule.
The doctor says that in scrubs, so it's
Exactly.
probably
He
nice
always
and
goes-
easy when you wear PJs to work.
This guy's hanging loose.
Well, TD, you have Gen Z kids. Does anyone else in here have Gen Z kids?
I have a 4 and an 8-year-old, so that
Yeah.
I don't know
Oh, yeah.
what
What
that
generation is that? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
what, I don't.
a whole different thing.
What are
Gen
they?
Z would be like
Zoomers?
18 to
Are they
20.
Zoomers?
Yeah, I think they are. Actually.
Zoomer.
Yeah, I think that's
A Zoomer.
dude. Yeah, I have a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. I will say this: there are times where you throw a pair of pants on your 8-year-old, and he's just like, "No, I'm cool, man. Going bottomless today."
We call that Donald Ducking.
Yeah, we all
Just a shirt, no pants.
Right.
Call it Donald Duck.
we all wish we could do that. I would do that every day.
Actually,
I do that and I scare myself.
I wish I could.
Yeah.
I wish I could tell you that nobody in this studio has ever gone Donald Ducking. That would also be a lie.
I love it. My neighbors
That is
hate
true.
it. So
That is true.
Let's try the next flavor here. Did you guys crack open your?
I mean, are we doing tangerine?
Tangerine?
No. Yeah,
What-
let's do tangerine.
Let's do
Why not?
tangerine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tangerine.
Tangerine it up.
By the way,
I believe it's Travis Dale's turn to shotgun.
No, I
you
can't. I
should
can't. I
shotgun.
can't. I can't
Hang
do
on,
it.
I'll get
I
the
can't.
key.
No, I can't do it.
Hey, wait, can I hold on
I'll
before you
pull it
guys
out.
before you
This is
guys
ridiculous.
before you guys shotgun
Hey,
that?
it's not me.
What am I backing up?
What?
Sorry.
What?
Am I yelling?
They're yelling.
Oh,
Coming in
Loud
hot.
noises. When did you guys? Because it was like 6 months since I've been on here. When did you guys get this epic moose with the glasses
yeah.
with the ball?
Yeah.
Well,
Because
that's
that is awesome.
Buck Norris, also known as the Buckingham Chalice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I just
don't know
gotta-
when it was.
We
A
got
few
to we
weeks
got to
ago?
get a bar cart to match that.
Yeah.
Like, or figure something out. 'cause
We
that
need a
is-
spot for Buck Norris.
A few weeks ago, I was at Home Goods with my wife, and I spotted
Great
this
store.
and said, "Yeah, right." And I spotted this. I sent a picture of it to the guys here and
Wait,
said,
that was at Home Goods.
"Yes,
Yeah.
No
Right.
way.
Great
Yeah,
find.
It was the only one
Just-
there was. It may be a one-off. I don't know. But I sent a picture of the guys and said, "Do we need this?" And I think before I finished the sentence, Rich was Rich was
Yes.
demoing cash.
There
Yes.
he is.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. So what happened was I was actually calling a San Diego State game, and so in the middle of the game call,
Yeah.
I get this text message, and I'm like, I've never been more certain of a purchase in my entire life. You buy that right now. He goes, it's $80. I mean, within
No
seconds.
pun intended.
Yeah, right.
He had $40 in his Venmo account.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, more.
Oh,
more.
going for two.
Chug,
Just
chug,
doubled
chug.
up and Buck
Double,
Norris.
double.
It's important to hydrate, especially after having your pregame hangover relief from Dr. Reza.
I'll taste it with you.
Hey,
You
down
have
the
a half
hatch.
gallon there.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
Hey, cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
cheers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh wow. Wow. Hold
Holy
on.
cow. Dude, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought fruit punch was my favorite play.
Yeah.
Right.
And now we got the tangerine.
So what the
Yeah.
idea behind this is like when I growing up, my mom always had, being a hippie and all, had the Hanson's
That's right.
soda.
Yeah.
the
Remember
mandarin
those?
Lime.
Yeah.
And so I'm like,
Remember those?
dude, we got to nail that and call it tangerine. So that's what this is right here. Bring
Yeah.
Bring it back.
Absolutely delicious.
We did a lot of nostalgia with this, right? So
Yeah.
we had that. We have Hawaiian Punch, and then when you put all the cans together, I mean, if I told you it's fruit stripe gum,
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
exactly.
Okay.
It is.
Except you know what? The flavor here it lasts after two chews.
Yeah.
It really does.
That's right.
Flavor
It's
stripe. You
true.
just
It sure
wish
does.
that flavor
right.
would stick
True.
around. All right, we got to take a break. It's a Bar Cart Friday brought to you by Keg and Bottle. Tony Kanja has set up this whole thing. I mean, literally, he's filling the cooler. He's unpacking everything. He's pouring drinks for us right into Buck Norris. We've got the crew here from Tiger's Blood. We got the doctor talking about the hangover cure. We'll be right back after this.
Hey, what's going on, guys? You hear us talk a lot about SD fat loss, and that's because we believe in it, man. I mean, this is a program that works. Also, here on a Bar Card Friday, we're allowed to have a couple drinks a week, especially when they're sugar-free, like we're drinking right now. But look, come on. I know you're thinking, oh, it's the holidays. I can't go through a diet plan right now. I'm going to have to wait till the new year. No, get a jump on that New Year's resolution early. And guess what? You'll be showing up to those Christmas parties, those holiday parties, 10 or 15 pounds lighter. And I know you're going, well, that's only 2 weeks away. That's because we all lost 10 to 15 pounds in that first couple weeks. Absolutely incredible. I lost 30 over an 8-week period in that maintaining phase now, but you can do the same. You can see the same results, and you're going to see those results without exercise, without counting points, calories, drugs, injections. Tried those, didn't work. Tried the fads, didn't work. SDFatLoss.com, it works. Schedule your free consultation today. It's free. There's nothing to lose except unwanted pounds. SDFatLoss.com. Go there right now. SDFatLoss.com. There's a couple NFL teams that have Jim Harbaugh on their radar, and we continue a Bar Card Friday with Tiger's Blood coming up next.
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
We are hammering through a Bar Card Friday here on the first day of December 2023. We are rolling to the end of the year, but we're having a blast. Here with Tiger's Blood in studio, we got Mark, we got Walden, we got Replenish, Hangover Cure. We're doing all the things. We also have a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego Christmas celebration we're going to be giving away. And if I were you, I'd be listening very closely to this segment.
Yeah, good call. I know exactly what for.
Yeah.
So Tiger's Blood is a winner. This is delicious stuff. And also it's nice to drink knowing that you're not gonna have a hangover.
That's it. More fun, less hangover. That's where we came from with this. Of course, we're gonna have Replenish before and after.
Yeah.
But we so when we got this, right, 0 sugar, 99 calories and vitamin C, B, and electrolytes, we got it in, and I was like, okay, we thought we'd do this to reduce the hangover just from drinking the Tiger's Blood.
Yeah.
More fun, less hangover. I'm like, okay, let's give this a try. So the first day we got it, I was like, okay, I took 10 home. And I dusted them. I was like, I'm testing this.
No, we
testing this.
each took that home.
We all did. That's true.
Yeah. Might as well make it an even dozen.
That's right. And my fiance was like,
Walden.
"Are you guys?"
Let's move that mic up right there.
Gotcha, sorry.
There we go.
My fiance is like, "What are you doing? It's Monday."
Yeah.
And I was like, "It's not
Market
Monday."
research.
Yeah. And I slammed them, and I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, went to the gym. It was fine.
Dude,
So it works. But getting into Keg and Bottle has been this great. I mean, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Shout out
much
to
for that.
Tony.
Tony's a
But,
legend.
Tony at Keg and Bottle. Thank you very much.
We wouldn't have any of these opportunities without Lauren.
Yep.
And
Thank you,
Lavana.
Lauren.
I mean, he's put everything together. Him and Sav have been killing it. But
That's right.
Love you,
Lauren,
babe.
tell us about yourself, bro.
Yeah, Lauren.
Yeah.
You guys want to know?
It's his Avril.
I
It's
wanna
his
know
Avril.
everything.
I'm
Ask
looking
the right
around
questions,
the
get
room
the
right
right
now.
answers.
I'm looking around the room. I think you guys might need to have your eyes checked. You guys have the largest watches I've ever seen.
The bigger, the better.
The big,
I've heard.
you know what they say, the
I
bigger
can't
the
s-
watch.
The bigger
Well,
the
they're
watch,
Jewish.
the
They're
bigger
both
the
Jewish.
watch.
I don't know. They're Jewish.
Yeah, so those watches have no foreskin. Look,
Yeah.
the point is, Lauren's a friend of the show. He's been in here with us in the past. It's you're a newlywed man.
Yes, last time I was
Yeah.
on the show, you guys were giving me
Tips.
crap.
We're giving them tips.
Yeah, tips.
Telling them how
Yeah.
it all goes.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
No, and ever since I've pulled the trigger.
Look at that.
At
Look at
the
that.
wedding down in Puerto Vallarta. It was epic.
So you married Avril Lavigne.
Unbelievable.
Finally.
Wow.
We're super happy.
Yeah.
We're with the times now, so it's rollerblade boy. Not
Rollerblades.
Not skater boy.
Inline
Rollerblade
skater.
boy.
Yeah.
Inline skater guy. Super hardcore. No, but so just jumping into that, I own a beverage consulting agency with my wife. Love saying that right now. Savannah,
man.
love you, babe, if you're listening. And I had the pleasure of working and helping build these two brands with these guys. And it's really cool to walk them through branding exercises, like hearing them talk about how Tiger's Blood was done, and then like seeing the Fruit Stripe Grum and like pregame and after party. It's like it's the names, and the verbiage that hit right that set that tone that everybody's like, oh yeah. Like if I go, Rich, you want to pregame at my house? What do you say?
I say yes.
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 And if I say
Yes.
Travis,
I
I say
yeah.
Travis, where's the after party?
Yeah. At your house.
They're bubble words. is what we
Exactly.
call them, right?
That's
and
right.
then, and then Walden, laying out why Tiger's Blood was called Tiger's Blood, and then the Fruit Stripe Grum and the flavors that we've done, like this, it resonates with people, right? So that's why these brands I think are going to do so well in San Diego, and I'm really proud to see where everybody's come over the last year and a half. However, we got to throw the deal out there. We got Tony. Tony called me 2 nights ago.
Let me tell you about the deal. So normally this goes anywhere around town between $21 and $24.99 for this pack. Right now it's $17.99 for the pack, and since we're all packed together in this room doing the show,
Combo.
we got a combo pack for $19.99.
We got a combo.
But
Yeah.
you get
Oh
the
my gosh.
pre-party, you get the post-party, right? The after party, and you get a whole pack of these. Just go to kegball.com.
The 8-pack, and the Replenish, $19.99 only at Keg and Bottle
Holy
for this
smokes.
weekend
Wow.
only.
Variety pack.
Yeah, it's like It's like 35 bucks. So for everybody hanging around San Diego State that's not rich yet.
Yep.
Yet.
They will be
you know,
soon.
yeah, 19.99 for an
Children
8-pack.
are the future.
Now we got kiwi.
Oh, kiwi.
Oh, kiwi. That's right. Kiwi.
Kiwi is the unknown flavor that no one has done yet. That's why we knocked this out.
Ladies of
real quick.
iHeart, everyone get a kiwi here.
One more time.
And we're carved a little lower with these right now because we didn't want to give you that like Sprite burp that you get every time.
Right.
But we didn't want it to be just like a regular canned
so
cocktail.
That's fascinating.
So it's a lighter
it.
carb, right? Well, everything about this just feels a little bit more healthy.
So you actually curtail the carbonation in the drink, like based on the flavor?
Yep, that's right.
What the hell? Wow.
So there were multiple voices
It's,
going.
it's
So
a recipe
one
that
more
we just
time.
can't give away.
One voice, Lauren. What's the price and what are you getting with the price?
Okay, normally $21.99 for an 8-pack. This
Variety
weekend at Keg and Bottle, sorry, yeah,
Tiger's
8-pack
Blood.
variety, $17.99. The replenish pregame after party would normally be $10, but at this weekend, if you combo it with Tiger's Blood, it's $19.99. So you're technically only paying $2 for that. Bad
Holy
boy.
smokes.
So
Wow.
you can go out and get hammered,
Right.
and then still have some money. Still have some money the next day
Right.
for
A burrito.
DoorDash, burrito,
Burritos.
whatever,
Yeah.
or whatever your guilty pleasure is. right?
Shout out to Roberto's.
Shout out to
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Roberto's. Is
fine.
that salsa
Get
is
down. All right, cheers,
fantastic.
buddy.
Yeah,
So
cheers.
try
Cheers.
this lighter
Cheers.
carbonated kiwi.
kiwi. That's right.
Tiger's Blood.
It's like a champagne.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
Dude,
Wow.
So
9 out of 10
That's
doctors
fine.
recommend.
hang on a second. So normally a kiwi flavor is, I mean, it doesn't resemble kiwi in the least, right? It's the artificial understanding of what a kiwi flavor.
You're
This
talking
tastes-
Roaring Rivers Capri Sun?
This
No,
this
no.
tastes like a kiwi.
Yeah, it does.
That's right.
This how the hell
Zero sugar
What the-
Zero
Zero.
sugar.
for all you ladies out there.
Sweet
Zero
with
sugar.
monk fruit.
0.
99 calories. You're good to go. And you get
99 calories. Why do you think
we
Walden looks like he looks like?
Right.
Look at that.
We
Yeah.
snuck
I
in
party
And
there.
Travis, you
I
guys are
party every
spitting
day.
images of
Yeah,
each
every
other.
day.
I know.
Look,
Me and Walden, we need a deadlift
there
together.
you
do it.
go.
This guy's
do it.
got some quads on.
You'll
him.
do it.
Good lord.
There you go. There you go.
What are you 32, 38?
Bro,
He's tall. Ladies.
32.
And real quick, I gotta add this, and this is another reason I love these guys. Just the locality.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Local.
Right.
The
We got
localism.
the local doctor here.
Yeah.
Who came up with a hangover cure? Any of the other hangover cures. There's 3 or 4 ingredients in this that are not in any of these other hangover cures.
That's right.
And I'm spitting out, good stuff right now, guys. So get in here. But Walden and Mark, yesterday, Walden for Mission Beach and PB put up a 15-foot Christmas tree for the
On the
community
beach.
to
That's
come
right,
in and
yeah.
and lace up. If you're going to support local people, this is who you want to support. This
Yeah.
guy also does the San Diego Bay Fest and the Reggae Fest.
That's right.
So you
Bay
guys-
Fest, Mission
I'm
Bay
sure you
Fest.
guys already get free
Shout out to
tickets,
Doc.
but
It's my neck of the
whatever.
woods. I live right there in
No, I
PV.
mean,
There you
Yes.
go. I didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I appreciate all that you do because the Bay, that's where my kids have grown up.
That's
right
right.
on
That's
Mission
right.
Bay.
Yeah.
So listen, support local, drink Tiger's Blood. This is fantastic stuff. So far, we've sampled Hawaiian Punch, which it tastes like Hawaiian
Yeah,
Punch.
yes, it does.
I mean,
It
so
does.
very good name.
Joe Moon, by the way, Joe Moon weighing in on the YouTube stream here. Good morning, my guys. I'm going to the Keg and Bottle down the street from my work, Mira Mesa. Yeah,
dude,
bad boy.
I don't think you could do Joe Moon's
I can't.
voice.
I can't do Joe Moon.
No,
I can't. Okay.
Nobody can do Joe Moon except for
No,
Joe Moon.
I don't mean you can't. I mean you shouldn't.
Well, no, he can, absolutely can. We have
what are you
permission from
talking
Joe
about?
Moon. He's not appropriating anything,
I wasn't
Ben. You
appropriating.
insensitive. You know what? Ben's racist. I've always said that about Ben. I'm so tired of this.
Wow.
Hey, Ben, where's the other tiger noise? we worked
Yeah,
on?
Joe Moon also
Rare.
says.
Is that the one? Rare.
Joe Moon also
yeah.
said, "I have a Christmas party this weekend. I'm getting faded." I did not do his voice that time.
You can't. You got to do it in the Joe Moon voice. All right. So we've tried the kiwi. We've tried the Hawaiian Punch. We tried the tangerine. We got one more flavor left.
Black cherry.
Wow.
We
Black
went-
cherry.
we-
We'll
that's-
save this
That's
one,
we're gonna
the
save this for
original
the other
favorite
side.
of
So-
all the seltzers.
That's
so
right.
We
So
so
this
this
is-
stick to one original.
So this is the most popular flavor in the hard seltzer
No
category.
kidding.
But
There we
Black
go.
cherry.
Aaron Bauman's like, yeah,
Allegedly.
hand it over.
Allegedly.
right.
There it is.
Well, that
Allegedly.
tags us with our one-liner that we're the world's first healthy seltzer.
That's right. Healthy seltzer.
Are we saving this one for
Let's
the
save- let's
save this one
save
for the
this
go
one.
round
Okay.
because we gotta walk through this lightly.
First and foremost, we got to throw out the number 844-570-1360.
Oh, yeah, we got to do that too.
844-570-1360. We have SeaWorld tickets to give away. They're doing their Christmas celebration at SeaWorld. There will be no tigers there. We're not 100%. Maybe there will be tigers there. 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld.
There will be reindeer.
There will be
Yes,
reindeer. We
there will
found
be
that.
snow.
And they're actual reindeer.
Reindeers are real.
They're real. Ben found that out earlier this week.
That's right.
Yeah. So 844-570-1360. Caller number 5 getting the 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego. And before we run, I want to talk to you guys about my arch supports from the Good Feet store. Unbelievable results from wearing these arch supports. I mean, I finished my NFL career. My back was a mess. I wake up every single morning and I wasn't looking forward to the day because I would have to stretch or I'd get in a hot shower just to loosen things up. But since wearing these arch supports from the Good Feet store, the pain has basically melted away. So if you have hip pain, knee pain, ankle pain, foot pain, back pain like I had, get to the Good Feet store. Try before you buy. Experience free fittings and test walks. They have experts working at every single one of their 200 plus locations around the U.S. and overseas. 30 plus years of experience serving you. So get there today. Book your first appointment at goodfeet.com. It is a Bar Card Friday here on Big Rich TD and Fret, brought to you by Keg and Bottle, Tiger's Blood. We wrap up the show with Replenish and Tiger's Blood next.
It's been a long week and the fellas are thirsty.
Once it hits your lips, it's so good.
It's time to cruise into the weekend. Big Rich, TD, and Fletch present Bar Card Friday. Brought to you by Keg and Bottle.
I love it. I love it. 10 locations around San Diego. Keg and Bottle on a Bar Car Friday. Tiger's Blood in studio with our dudes Mark and Walden, CEOs of this brand. Delicious flavors. We're going to try black cherry next, but we've tried kiwi, Hawaiian punch. Both of those were delicious. The tangerine still might be my favorite, but we haven't tried black cherry yet. We haven't tried black cherry. Also,
We haven't-
Dr.
Oh, wait, whoa. Aaron Bauman, did you have black cherry?
No.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Okay.
I was like, if you opened a black cherry, I swear to God.
We got Kim
Yeah, I
Cappy
opened
and
and I
EB
drank.
from Sales In, Lucinda and John from Kogo News.
John,
It is a party.
John Fink brought in
right.
fudge, and now all I'm eating is fudge.
It's vegan.
It's vegan fudge.
And you know what?
Yeah.
I don't even want to qualify it. It's delicious fudge.
Oh my gosh.
You're
it
welcome.
is. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's Tiger's Blood's vegan. There you go.
It is. It's kosher.
It's kosher.
Wow.
That's perfect. We got the Hanukkah. We got Hanukkah coming up. Little Seder.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm,
All right.
Oh.
Let's crack this open.
Done. Ooh, sounds good. That sounds real good.
Woo.
All right, take a little
Black
sippy of the
cherry.
black cherry.
Cheers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
That's the
what?
favorite. That's the number one for me.
There you go.
So
What?
I've been involved in creating brands, and black cherry is really hard because it tastes like NyQuil.
Yeah, everyone
This
says it
does
tastes like
not.
cough syrup.
It tastes really
This
good.
is
Yeah,
really
I'm
good.
not
How
getting
did
the
you
cough syrup.
guys-
This is delicious.
Not taste like NyQuil with
No.
zero sugar, which means monk fruit and stevia.
Yeah.
all that
Yeah,
magic.
yeah, we
That's
use-
pretty. We tamed that tiger.
But it's
We tamed
We tamed the beast.
but you know, it's like one of the. It's like one
Meow.
of
This is
Yeah.
so good.
We made that kitty purr.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
we got Doc Reza.
That's right.
Doc Reza is in the building with hangover relief. We got Remedy after party. We got it.
Are we doing this right now?
You're damn right.
Don't forget. Hey,
Wait,
don't
we don't
forget.
do
By
that.
the way, hey, did you guys see?
We do it tomorrow?
Oh, we do it tomorrow?
Or before you go to bed.
Yeah,
right?
don't do it now. Don't do it now.
Okay.
Oh,
Don't do it
okay.
now.
The doctor said,
Yeah,
don't
you
do it
gotta
now.
wait.
Otherwise, you're going to need to see a doctor if it lasts for more than 4 hours. Am I right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh, yes.
Been there, done that.
Do I need to
I
see
don't
a
want to go
doctor?
there.
Do I need to see a doctor because my arm is so sore from all the high fives?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's why it's sore. How long you been married?
Travis,
Oh, man.
Travis has a weird case of tennis elbow. He's never picked up a racket in his life.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
going
Oh,
there.
God.
So,
Yeah.
update.
Curious.
Oh my god.
After called?
Doctor said no to Ozempic. He's like, you have SD fat loss, you idiot.
Yeah, you're doing fine. You're doing fine without it.
Yeah, the deal. Don't forget, get down to the keg and bottle because
Yeah.
we got all the keg and bottles.
all the keg and bottle.
I'm not supposed to open that.
Forget to get down to the keg and bottle.
Get on down to the
Get me down there.
I mean, you got Tiger's
Bye,
Blood
Kathy.
in the after party and the
Hold on.
pregame.
Hey, well, Dr. Reza, why does the
Yeah.
after party work so much better than these other hangover cures?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah.
One of the reasons we didn't just get the national, we got the international patent is because of the way this formula works. So you take the pregame before you drink to protect, but of course we know that we're not like that. We don't protect ourselves. So sometimes we come up and wake up the next day with regret. Your buddy says, let's just go for one drink. You know that's not going to happen. After 10 shots of tequila later, you wake up the next morning, you feel like hell. Well, there's a lot of purported hangover cures that came on the market after COVID. People are all health conscious. Everyone's taking care of their own ownership of their own health. But one of the things that made us stand out was because, I was a research scientist, before I was a physician. So I researched this. I dug into this. I really dug up a lot of the literature. We have the milk thistle, which has been known for since ancient times. We have the glutathione, which has been known for liver protection.
Yeah, milk
We-
thistle too, good for liver protection.
We have the
Absolutely.
turmeric, which is an ancient, Ayurvedic therapy for, it's a very, very potent anti-inflammatory. So
That's
we
right.
have a whole concoction of things that target every single component of hangovers, right? And they work together. So the next morning you wake up, you feel like hell. The after party also contains a modest amount of caffeine to help you wake up. It also constricts the capillaries that lead to blood flow to the brain, which is one of the reasons you get a throbbing headache. So all of these ingredients work together synergistically, and they're very carefully concocted. So the next morning when you wake up with regret, you don't have to go to work with regret. You don't have to call out sick and lose work and lose your income. And billions of people actually have suffered billions of hours of worth of work has been lost. So this is not small potatoes.
No.
Look,
You're saving lives. He's saving lives.
And the doc won't say it. I will. 4-hour erections.
Yeah.
There you have
Yeah.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Promised in every bottle. You're welcome, America.
Yeah.
And also our international community.
That is correct.
Pen
That is
pending.
correct.
Pen pending.
Man, I don't know what's up with the quarterbacks and pins and papers, because now Dak Prescott is saying about his MVP performance. He said, I have the pen, I have the paper, I'm the one writing. Wow.
That's
He
a
is
shot at
writing back.
Gino.
He is writing
Thank
back.
you to every single person in this studio right now. We got to bail. We are live on TikTok as we speak at Big Rich TD Fletch. Get over there if you want to continue the party. We'll stay live on YouTube for a little bit also. So if you want to catch up with us during Colin Cowherd, go to our video channels. If you want to listen to Colin Cowherd, stay right here. Aztecs basketball coming up tonight. Pregame coverage at 6. Tip off at 7. John and I will be live for pre. Ted Leitner has the call at 7.
Pregame.
Thank you guys. Love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. He said catch up. I was going to say there's no catch up on those bougie Big Macs.
No, you're damn right. Huge thanks to Buck Norris, our spirit animal, our show mascot. We'll see you guys on Monday. Enjoy the weekend. Get to Keg and Bottle. Get that $17.99 deal with Remedy. Pregame after party. Tiger's Blood variety pack. $17.99. We'll see you Monday.
Woo!